What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Let me stop right there. This is not another episode. This is episode 100 of Gaming with the Bros Casts.
We did it. We finally did it. Harrison, how do you feel? Tell me your feelings.
I feel really good, man. I am. It's crazy that we're here at 100. It doesn't feel like we've been doing it this long. Because I guess it's just kind of a part of my life now. It's just a weekly ritual that we do. But yeah, I am so glad that we decided to do this about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Just a random text. Hey, let's start a podcast and I really want to start a podcast and just do something weekly with you. And it's been fun just catching up every week, playing games and talk about the news, talking about our biggest hobby that we love. So yeah, it's a great feeling to be here.
Yeah, it's really like, I mean, it just started out right with us talking about games and discussing gaming news, but like it's just been a time once a week for us to catch up. Because we don't talk on the phone that much. Like we're not, calling each other every day, but
no, yeah, I'm not a big talker on the phone anyways. I'm more of a text kind of person. So Gula Dweller, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the for that message there. Appreciate
it's going great. To answer your question, I mean, we're still loving doing it. I mean, it's so fun. We both love talking about games, talking about news. I mean, there's been so much going on that it's just been, it's always been fun. There's always been something to talk about. So
yeah,
it's been great. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess Nick, you want to run down like the kind of agenda we have for tonight? It's going to be an extra long episode tonight. Normally we record on, for those that don't know, normally we record on Monday nights around 8:30 Eastern time. But this is our 100th episode, so we want to do something special. It's the weekend. We get your drinks ready. I've got my nice IPA. Nick's got what you drinking on, Nick?
It's a Sailor Jerry mixed with some kind of a Coke spinoff.
So what is Sailor Jerry?
It's a rum. It's a spice rum.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Cool.
Yeah. We drink rum tonight.
But my name is Harrison, and I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, our intros, I knew it was going to be crazy because you're going to be so excited. But before we jump into to what we've been playing and that kind of normal stuff, Nick, you want to kind of go down the agenda for tonight?
Heck yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to start off talking about our top 25 favorite games of all time.
Thank you, Melanie. Sorry.
Well, thank you. We're going to kind of briefly talk about games 25 through 11, and then you got your clipboard, man.
I got a clip. It's professional, man. I'm professional here tonight.
No change again now. I hope you wrote it in pen because that's going down forever. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to do a deep dive in games 10 through 1 and discuss those, a little bit more in depth. In the middle of that, we're going to do a $20 card giveaway of your choice. So we're either, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, and we're going to do that through a game that we made up called 3 Words or Less, where we're going to give 3 words to describe a game, and whoever guesses it first in the chat, they win that $20 gift card. So stick around for that. And then after we're done talking about all 25 games, we're going to do a second giveaway, same song and dance. Then we're going to jump into, the normal podcast stuff, what we've been playing, news this week. Might throw in a couple of new segments here and there, try them out. And then also in the middle of that, we're going to do another $20 card giveaway. Same song and dance with that one. So three giveaways, right? 3 giveaways. Yeah.
Sweet.
And then that's going to be it. That's going to wrap it up. So we got a lot of stuff to lot of stuff to do tonight. Have your drinks on deck.
Yeah, have drinks on deck. It's gonna be a really, really fun episode. I've been just thinking about it all week, and I've been kind of procrastinating my top 25 lists.
I have too. Yeah.
I finally last week I got through everything, and then I got my I actually got my list done I think Tuesday, and then the last couple of nights I've just been kind of tinkering with it. I
made a couple of last minute cuts.
I did too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I got some unexpected turns coming your way, Nick.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and dive into what we've been playing.
Are we getting into the top 25 first?
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Did you forget? I just ran through the schedule, man.
Sorry, I'm just so excited.
All right, Harrison. I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna kick off my 25. If that's all right.
I think we should do. Yeah, that's fine. I've got the list up here on the notes here, Nick.
Okay.
So we'll just go in one by one and just fill in what we've got. So that way we don't know what each other's games are until we fill it in.
Okay. So are you ready for my 25?
I'm ready.
Okay, my 25th favorite game of all time is Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight at 25.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that would get you.
Wow. I'm very excited to see what your list is. Okay.
That was actually a last minute addition.
Okay.
I was talking with Alicia, my fiance, about it, and she saw I didn't have Hollow Knight. She was like, "What was that game that like you really liked? With the 2D and the side scrolling?" I was like, "Oh, that's probably Hollow Knight." Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's number 25. I mean, we promised we wouldn't talk too much about 25 through 11. So Harrison, what's your number 25?
Number 25 is Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes. Very, very unexpected. I mean, it's not like you talk about this game every week.
Yeah, I mean, and it's very, I kind of debated on to add this game to the list. But I just think that this is probably my favorite fighting game of all time.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like 2D fighters are concerned, I think it's just an excellent fighter. It's beautiful. Like it looks like the show. It plays great. I suck at fighting games, but somehow I managed to do pretty well online. So, if you play good, like it's a good game, right? So, but yeah, jokes aside, I mean, just one of my absolute favorite fighting games of all time. But
it's I haven't played enough of it, but it seems great.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass now, by the way. So
it is on. Yeah, 1H1D. What's up, guys? Yes, Hollow Knight. Yeah, Metroidvania to start off the list.
Yeah.
And DBC Fighter is looking good up there. All right, I'm gonna jump into my 24th here. Let's see what we got. This is a fun one. Wii Sports Resort from number 24. Okay. I was gonna have the original Wii Sports on my top 25.
Okay.
But Wii Sports Resort just took everything Wii Sports did and it elevated it. It still had the golf, which is the best part. Still had, they added in like Frisbee golf, disc golf. So I remember playing a ton of this when I was a kid and even when I was in college. So yeah.
I'm going to abbreviate your Wii Sports real quick, just so it doesn't mess up the... There we go. I was like fighting with the list, trying to get it like in a column. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wii Sports. We played a lot of Wii, even with our family. Like that was, that was like
it was like our Sunday night thing.
Yeah. I even, just a quick anecdote. I remember that one night it was back when Lost was on TV, and I don't know if you or Dad had beaten my high score or something, but I just couldn't accept it. One of the very few times in gaming, like growing up, that I got really mad. That was fun. The other time was when I was playing SpongeBob and kicked Nick out of the room because I was getting bothered by him watching me. I was a dick.
I was trying to be quiet, but
yeah, I could just feel the stare, whatever.
Yeah.
At number 24 for myself, Splatoon 2.
Wow. Okay, yes. Splatoon 2. I wonder if Splatoon 1 is going to be on your list.
Well, no. No, Splatoon 1 is not. I know Splatoon was like my first entry into Splatoon. But Splatoon 2 is like, it's the better game, right? It's got a better campaign. It's got, all the DLC and stuff like that. I just and I played a lot of Splatoon 2 on the Switch. That was one of my top multiplayer games for a long time. I really, really enjoyed that game. But yeah, I mean, that one time you brought your Wii U over,
it was all over from there.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up buying a Wii U. I was one of the 13 million people that did. Wow. That's Splatoon, yeah. Yeah, it's a very unique multiplayer game. It's probably one of the most unique multiplayer games that I've ever played. It's it's fantastic. I'm sure most Switch owners probably own Splatoon. I know it's sold pretty well, but
Yeah,
great game.
Yeah, pumped for Splatoon 3 for sure. All right, this one is it's a modern classic, so to speak. I feel like everyone's played this game to some extent, but my number 23 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Okay,
I mean that is kind of the game that kicked off a generation of angry gamers, of just people just talking so much trash in lobbies in the game. I mean, it's almost iconic in that regard, and it's a great game. I think Modern Warfare 2 is the peak of Call of Duty.
I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, like I think Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 4, definitely kicked off like the whole RPG mechanics added to multiplayer. But yeah, two is like the pinnacle Call of Duty for me. That's probably my favorite Call of Duty of all time.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then of course, gamers. The chat room in that game was pretty toxic.
Sorry, I was just butchering our list. I forgot that was being shared to the people. And
it's all right. Everything's live, man. It's all good.
Ah, man, yeah, so live.
So live.
So freaking live. Like Dr. Disrespect. Does he say that Modern Warfare 2 is the best?
I don't know.
Or is he toxic? He's probably toxic. Yeah. I would say I don't know if he's toxic, but he's.
No, I wouldn't say. I mean, I haven't really watched him too much, but yeah. My 23 is Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Solid.
It's my favorite Smash game of all time. I know, like, technically, I guess Ultimate is probably the best, right? I mean, it's just got the most roster of characters, but specifically going back to growing up and playing Melee with all of our friends in the neighborhood that would come over, and we just have tournaments and stuff like that. Like, that was kind of I'll probably use Pinnacle a lot tonight, but that was like the Pinnacle Smash experience for me. And I haven't really played Smash that much since. I know you had Brawl on the Wii, of course.
Yeah.
And I played a little bit of the Wii Smash Brothers, but yeah, that was just like the best Smash experience I've ever had. I know it went online with Brawl, but it just didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same without people in the room with you. And I just, Smash Melee was just one of those moments in gaming growing up with all of our friends that was very, very special. Just
one of those perfect moments.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't put Super Smash Brothers for 3DS on there. I thought that would be your pinnacle Smash game. I know
which one?
Smash Bros for 3DS.
I wouldn't say it. Totally unreliable. Appreciate it for the follow. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving, man. My number 22 is, in my opinion, the pinnacle of this series. Using that word again. Take a drink every time we use the word pinnacle. Pokemon Gold, and I'm gonna give myself an exception and say / Heart Gold for this one.
Okay, yeah.
Pokemon Gold, Heart Gold. I mean, Heart Gold is obviously the better game, but I have more fond memories of Gold, obviously. With that being like the first Pokemon game that I played, and that was like the first like RPG I got into, and it's a really, really good game. I mean, it does so much right. I think it's just a fantastic RPG, and at that point the formula wasn't overstayed. No, and everything was super fresh.
Yeah, second game in the series.
Yeah, second game in the series. Nothing wrong with that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's Pokemon Yellow that came out, but that was
essentially is the same. Yeah. So, Pokemon Gold. All right, what you got, brother?
So I have got as my number 22 a little gem called not that. Why is that?
Not you.
Why is that weird? Okay, there we go. A little gem called Explosion Man.
Explosion Man is your 22?
Explosion Man, yes.
Oh my gosh.
This is a throwback. So if a lot of people probably have never heard of this game or I've never played it before. But this was back in like the kind of glory days of Xbox Live Arcade. Every summer, Xbox would do, Xbox Live, Summer of Arcade or something like that, where it was like 4 or 5 really top-notch games that would come out like weekly. You know, and Explosion Man was one of those games. And I remember playing this game with one of my childhood friends, Diego, and I don't think I've ever laughed more in my life playing this game. Because like the whole point of the game is it's a platformer, but in order to jump, you explode. And then there's just a culmination of different obstacles you have to tackle. And it was co-op too. So it was just such a great experience. And yeah, I haven't played anything quite like it since. And I had kind of forgotten about the game until I was going through the list. Mm. And I think just as much fun and like crying because I was laughing so hard at this game. You know, that may not be everyone's experience, you know?
Yeah. But you were playing it with Diego. I mean,
yeah, that was my personal experience with Explosion Man. It's also a great platformer too.
Okay, and I'm seeing it had a sequel.
Yeah, there's Explosion Man 2, and there's also Miss Explosion Man, which I don't think I ever played. Oh. But yeah, it's Nick. If you never played that game, I would actually like to play co-op with you because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I played it a little bit.
Explosion Man. It's a good game. Look it up. Look it up.
All right, my 21 is a critically acclaimed game from 2020, and that is The Last of Us Part 2.
Wow. I expected this to be higher on your list.
Well, think again.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
You know, and maybe it belongs higher. Maybe it should be higher, but you know, I was basing this off of my personal enjoyment of all the games that came before this on the list. And I'm like, I think I enjoyed those games better than I did Last of Us. I can give it the credit that it deserves. Like, it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a top 10 game.
And I guess we probably should have clarified this. Like, this whole list is subjective. Like, this could change next week. And we know that some stuff that isn't on the list is probably better than the stuff that's on there. But I think, Nick, like you're like me, you know, stuff like Zelda, Halo, like they all have excellent entries into those franchises, but we don't want to just stuff our lists. And you may have, I don't know. That's just
yeah. I was just looking at the comment from 1H saying WarioWare makes top 5.
WarioWare, maybe. Yeah. Never know, man. This could be anything. My number 21 is Pokemon Silver.
Nice.
Okay, I put Pokemon Gold / Silver, but Silver was the game I had because you had Gold.
Yeah.
But again, like Smash Melee, this was the game we would be upstairs in our game room with our friends playing Pokemon. Like,
and everyone, like, no one's like playing together, right?
No, we're all playing by ourselves.
All playing separately.
So again, it's just one of those games. It's just a childhood game that I love, and I continue to love like this franchise for the most part. Not in like recent years, I guess. Although I'm still like, I really want to pick up like Brilliant Diamond, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, I debated between this and Pokemon like Blue because that was like my first Pokemon Blue or Pokemon game. But this game is better. It is a better game. And I really do like that generation of Pokemon. Of course, the original 151 is super iconic. But,
right.
Yeah.
I was between Gold and Emerald.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Emerald kind of, not that it played anything, like played its hand or anything, but I don't know. I feel like it just wasn't as interesting as Gold and Silver. What's up, Noodles?
What's up, man? Noodles?
All right, I guess I need to give you a 20, right?
Yeah, 20.
All right, Harrison, this is a game that I've wanted you to play.
Okay.
Ever since I played it, and you still haven't. So maybe this being on my list will convince you to play it. Slay the Spire, number 20.
It's on Game Pass. I need to play it.
Dude, I know it's on Game Pass, and that's really awesome. But I recommend you getting it on Switch, just because having it portable, having it on that OLED would be pretty good.
I'm not presenting anything, by the way, with this. I'm just. Yeah,
sorry, we forgot to mention this. This podcast is sponsored by.
Oh, Nick, I do want to show you. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That's pretty. That's a pretty green.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Man, what a sucker.
Well, you know what? All right, continue on. Slay the Spire.
Sorry, Noodles, to answer your question, we're doing a top 25 games of all time. And yes, it is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Please download that today.
Does anybody play that game, by the way? I see so many ads for that. Like all like these.
I mean,
like,
somebody has to be playing it.
Some like so-called like YouTubers are like, oh my god, it's like the ad by whatever. Anyways, brought to you by
Harrison, your stream.
Oh, am I going crazy right now?
You're going crazy. I don't know.
Is that better?
It's on a lag, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I think we're good now.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. Continue on. Slay the Spire.
Yeah, Slay the Spire is such a phenomenal card game. Such a great roguelike. I mean, I know I got really into roguelikes last year with that, and like Dead Cells and Hades a little bit.
I can play that.
But yeah, Slay the Spire is I think it's roguelike perfection. I like it better than I like Hades. That might be a hot take, but I think it's great. I think you should play it. Play it on Game Pass, just try it out. But yeah. Let's hear your number 20.
So this might upset you a little bit, but Shovel Knight.
Okay.
Number 20.
I understand.
I don't know if it's on your list, but
it is. It is on my list.
Okay.
But I don't think it's too much further.
Shovel Knight, yeah.
Greatest game of all time.
Yeah, one of the great, top 25 for me. Fantastic game. I originally played this on the 3DS and absolutely loved it, and ended up purchasing it again on the Switch because it came with like every DLC or every piece of content ever made for that thing, which is crazy. Like Yacht Club Games put and I don't know how much of it was
too many nights on these lists.
Yeah, right. I don't know how many content was made based off the Kickstarter, because this was initially kickstarted. But
pretty much all of it was.
Okay, so
they were indebted to the people,
so they're obligated. But either way, like there was so much content for the game, and all the extra story DLCs, whatever, for the nights were pretty unique and stuff, and they all played differently. But just that original game was so fantastic, and it was it had like a lot of humor to it. I'm kind of pissed off that you have it so high on the list now that I'm hearing about it. I'm actually angry now. What the hell, man? Great, fantastic game.
Mm-hmm. All right, my number 19 is, it's one of our favorite franchises. I mean, we talk about it pretty much, I don't know, once every 3 episodes, but Resident Evil 7 is my number 19.
Wow.
I mean, this game kind of rebooted the franchise in a very cool, weird way.
Do you hate Resident Evil 7?
Yeah, I must, if I put it this low on the list. Yeah, I might as well just not put it on my top 25 at all. It's not like, it means nothing to be number 19.
Nothing to be.
Resident Evil 7 is really, really amazing. It's horrifying. I mean, I view it so fondly because I played it in VR for my first time, and I thought that was like the scariest thing ever. So it's such a great game. Maybe it should be higher on my list now that I'm thinking about it, but
subjective, man.
It's subjective. Yeah, it's totally subjective.
Biohazard.
It was a game changer. Yeah.
Well, then this next one might be a little crazy. Then Resident Evil 4.
What? Okay, I'm assuming you have at least 2 Resident Evils on your list.
Do I? I don't know, man. I don't even know. Resident Evil 4. It was like the kickoff of like really awesome third-person games. I mean, it was the best Resident Evil probably up until that point, just strictly based off controls. If you were to go back and play it now, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
It does not hold up at all. It's in a not desperate need, but there's that. I don't know if it's confirmed Resident Evil 4 yet, the remake. Is it technically been confirmed?
Unofficially confirmed.
Yeah.
I think they rebooted development for the remake at some point.
Right. And I'm specifically talking about the Wii version, by the way, just because I loved that version so much. It made the stop and shoot kind of thing a lot more tolerable. And I think that was like one of the only really times I liked motion control for the most part on the Wii. But yeah, I think it's great. I do need to boot it back up on the Oculus and continue on.
I do too. I do. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just like that motion sickness that first time I played it got me feeling so poo poo.
Just don't have those VR legs, man.
I don't. Yeah.
Man. Get those legs up, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. RE4. Nick, I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. I'm going to grab a drink.
Okay. I might refill mine as well. All right, everyone, drink break. We'll be right back.
Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers on bigfollows.com. That's beautiful. Appreciate everyone being here, by the way. We were super looking forward to this episode and doing our top 25 list. All right, I'm switching over to a delicious IPA to a Miller Lite. Don't judge me. I'm also very weak.
All right, we're back.
In case you missed it, we had a comment that says, if we want to become famous, we can buy some followers and viewers.
What?
How crazy is that? How do you buy viewers?
Harrison, I have some news. I bought all these viewers tonight.
Oh my gosh.
They're all fake.
Oh, that's a tragedy.
They're all bots.
They're all bots.
All right, where were we? We're number 18. I think I owed you an 18, right?
You absolutely owe me an 18.
Okay. Well, I will give you that. So I guess, wow, we haven't seen, and I think this is kind of interesting, we haven't seen a Legend of Zelda game on this list yet.
Wonder why.
I know a lot of people were really worried that we weren't going to have any Zelda games on here, and I just want to put everyone at ease and I'm going to throw up Minish Cap. I'm going to put that out there.
Minish Cap. This is I've never really played Zelda 1 and 2, like the original, beat them. But Minish Cap, I've got it on my Wii U and I really need to play it. But yeah, go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, you're good. I think Minish Cap might be the best 2D Zelda game. Sorry, it's not the best, but it's my favorite. It's one I have the fondest memories of. There's this thing where you go around and you learn all of these like sword moves throughout the world. And I just remember that really well for some reason. And then of course, shrinking down to your miniature form and going to all these cool places, I thought was pretty cool for the franchise. You get some lore into the hat, and yeah, very, very great game.
Cool. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I really, really need to play that game. That was back when Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and then this Capcom made some really great.
Oh yeah, this was Zelda games. Capcom. Yeah,
and which they don't do that anymore. But yeah, they made some fantastic Zelda games.
They really did. I totally forgot this was Capcom.
Yeah.
All right, I'm changing it to Wii Sports Resort. All right, Harrison, what's your 18?
18. Let's see here. I'm gonna rock out with a third-person survival horror game, Dead Space.
Oh shit, Dead Space, yeah.
Yeah. Technically, Dead Space 2 plays better. But I think Dead Space. I mean, the year, I think it was, was it 2007 when this came out?
The year was 2007. I
mean, this was like when BioShock Dead Space came out. We just got a bunch of really great entries to some long running franchises. And I'm super excited for the remake for this. But this kicked off. I mean, that really awesome survival horror game franchise, and yeah, I loved it. It was one of those moments where when games have really great intros, and you're like an engineer and you go to this abandoned ship, and you get on there and you're like, where's everybody at? I mean, now it's kind of cliche, right? But it's where's everybody at? And then all hell breaks loose. You're running from the necromorphs, and then it just turns into it's a great game. It's got its flaws, for the story. It's everybody's always safe, and they're like, Isaac, go do this and do that and do it. story wise, it's strange. You're like, why is he just doing this stuff? But yeah, I think it's one of my favorite games, obviously. But yeah, Dead Space.
It's really phenomenal. And Noodles, I would agree, the combat is better than Resident Evil 4. I mean,
for sure.
Just the addition of having like the switch. I can't remember what it's called, but you switch your aim from straight to horizontal. Or from vertical to horizontal. I mean, that alone, that just adds so much variety to the combat. It's crazy. And
I could be wrong, but I think this is one of the first games to have like no HUD. Like everything was on the back of Isaac.
Yeah,
it's all bar and stuff. That was so cool. Like it was so immersive. Yeah, just a fantastic. The whole franchise is great. Dead Space 2 again plays better, but it's less scary. And then Dead Space 3. I mean, we played it.
It's the best in the franchise, of course.
I mean, we played a little bit at like not so long ago, and it's fun. Like it's the co-op is, especially. But it kind of lost its way. But yeah, the original Dead Space is just it's got that nice.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's
totally iconic.
Yeah.
All right, my number 17, Harrison. This was a kind of a reboot of a franchise in 2018. I don't know if you can guess what it is, but it involves a god. And he
war?
he loves war so much.
Wow. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, God of War 2018. I mean, this is like when I think of like the PlayStation 4. Yeah. If I were to walk up to any Joe Schmo on the street and tell them about the PlayStation 4, I would just tell them about God of War. That's like the game.
Would you say it's the pinnacle experience?
It is the pinnacle experience of the PlayStation 4, in my opinion.
Between God of War and The Last of Us Part 2, my PS4 was just a jet engine.
PS4 was just like, please, God, just turn me off, man. Just
take me out of my misery. Buy a PS5. Brought to you by PS5.
Brought to you by PS5, which I haven't played in a while. But, well, I guess I played Ratchet on it, but yes, God of War. Yeah, play that game. It's coming to PC. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And 1H. Yeah, play that game on your PS5. I'm sure it. I don't know if it visually looks better on a PS5, but
I'm sure
I've heard some rumors that that PS4 games are kind of getting like the Series X boost, like that equivalent. So, yeah.
Yeah. Good game.
It's pretty good. It's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Number 17 for me is Half-Life 2. I'm going to throw in the extra pieces of DLC too, the episode 1 and 2. Because I played like the orange box was where I kind of got it from. And that's when I messaged you and I was like, so like does these bundles of games technically count as one game? Because you've got like the Master Chief Collection, you've got Gears of War, or not Gears of War, you've got Mass Effect, you've got the orange box. So I'm counting the whole experience as one. Yeah, it's a fantastic first person shooter. One of the best stories, I think, one of the best like campaigns. And then the way episode 2 ends, I know that I think I might have froze.
You did, but I can hear your voice.
Okay, I think Dad's calling me.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, I'll keep talking while I'm blinking or I'm looking high on the screen. But yeah, Half-Life 2. It was a great experience. The way they ended episode 2 was just probably the biggest cliffhanger in gaming ever, which is why I think episode 3 or Half-Life 3 is wanted so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I wish I had played like any of the Half-Lives, but I have not, unfortunately. But I really respect your opinion.
Came in with a dead gas.
He always calls around this time.
He does, yeah. I would say, I mean, it's been a very long time since I played this, but I would say it probably holds up. So
okay,
I think it'd be a fun thing to do. And Dog in that game is like a robot dog. He's OP.
Okay.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Keep that in mind. All right, Harrison, you remember when you put Splatoon 2 at 24?
Right.
I'm about to put Splatoon 1 at 16.
Okay.
Not because it's a better game, but because that was like, and I just talked about the pinnacle of the PS4. I think this was the pinnacle of the Wii U. Like this was.
One would say one of the only games. There's a lot of actually good games.
One of 2 games that came out on the Wii U. Yeah, I remember this game had like a 50% attach rate for the Wii U. Like half the people who bought the Wii U bought Splatoon.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty crazy. This game's great. It kind of started its own genre of paint shooters. I mean, not that genre has gone anywhere outside of this franchise, but
yeah, it spawned one more game.
Yeah, a wide-spreading genre of multi amount of games. No, it's just, yeah, it was just a great shooter. Like it's a Nintendo shooter. Like it's Nintendo's take on a shooter, and I think they did a really great job at that. And yeah, I remember staying up really late playing this game, playing all the Splatfests when they came out.
Yeah,
it was really, really awesome to play this game like around 2014.
Yeah, and then when you brought that over to my house, and we played for a few hours, like there's very few multiplayer games where like it puts a genuine smile on my face, but it was like a game changer, literally.
Splatoon saved my marriage. Yeah.
I wasn't even married yet. I saved it. Put that in the back of the box.
All right, what you got for 16, Harrison?
16, gosh. Gears 3.
Oh, Gears 3.
Gears of War 3, right? It's not.
Yeah, it wasn't Gears at this point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of war.
I really debated about Gears 5 being on this list versus this. Because Gears 5, I think, obviously, it's a better game. It's a newer game. And I thought what they did with like kind of the open world, not open world, but like the open area kind of stuff was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Gears 3, just that whole the lead up to the game, the kind of the end of the trilogy, the fact that they spoilers for Gears 3, but the fact that they put Mad World into when Dom died was just, dude, I teared up, man. That was probably one of the first times I've ever teared up in gaming.
First and last.
Yeah, first and last. Gaming for me is hard to tear up in. There's not many games that made me do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the multiplayer was excellent. Cliffy B's last Gears game, it was everything.
Mm-hmm. It was everything.
No, but it was a great game. I really enjoyed Gears 3.
Yeah. I think at the end of this list, we should have everyone vote on who the better list is. Who has a better list?
What would you say so far? Who has a better list right now?
Yeah. Looking at our list right now with Wii Spots Resort and Modern WW2. I mean, Wii Spots. It's pretty good. All right. My number 15 is actually a game that came out this year in 2021. It's a co-op experience, and that is It Takes Two.
Okay.
Yeah. Just one of my favorite gaming experiences, because me and my fiance played it together, and it kind of covers like every genre of game, and it was just such a blast. Like, you can come into this game with zero gaming experience and still have a good time. And for that reason, it is number 15.
No, 1H1D. We can have the same game. This is just a personal list.
Yeah.
We had like we have been briefly talking about our top 25 list, but have gave like no specifics, just to have fun with the list.
Yeah. Noodles, you said no Soulsborne games yet. Hey man, just hang tight, okay? Just
hang very tight.
Thank you, Totally Unreliable. I really appreciate it. I knew Wii Spots would win you over, to be honest.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It Takes Two. I haven't finished that game yet. I tried to finish it, but just Halo came out,
Yeah, Halo. Just yeah. All right, what you got for number 15?
Number 15 is also a game that came out this year, and it's Metroid Dread.
Oh, that's a little high on the list, I think. Oh, did you not like it as much? Did you? How many times did you beat it?
I beat it twice. So 2 less times than you did, right?
Yeah.
No, this was my first entry into Metroid. Nick, you played Prime, the third one, right?
Yeah, Prime the third.
Metroid Prime 3. Does it have anyways?
Corruption, yeah.
Corruption, that's right. So this is my first entry into Metroid. Not my first entry into Metroidvanias. This might be a little higher on the list. But the fact that this was on, and maybe this is because this is so new to me, but I genuinely feel like this is one of the top 25 games for me of all time. It was such an excellent entry into like the whole Metroidvania kind of universe, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. I love the boss fights. I love the fact that it wasn't random with the boss fights. It was, you just learned how to play it and you could beat it. Like, so like even on hard mode, like it was easier for me to fight. Like the final boss of the game probably took me an hour and some change to fight the first time. On hard mode, I beat it on my second try. So
yeah, because you knew, like you just learned it.
And he told me about the
his little spirit bomb thing.
Yeah, you told me about the kind of the
super bomb it.
Yeah, the hint of that. Yeah, great game.
Oh man, I'm just glad it's on your list, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure it's higher on your list, but
yeah, it's a little bit higher. Number 1.
At number 14 comes Metroid Dread.
Actually, at number 14 comes Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4? Okay.
My second Resident Evil game on this list. I actually, looking back at my headspace about 2 days ago when I was making this list, I don't know if Resident Evil 4 should be higher than 7 because I think 7 did a little bit more to like revitalize the franchise. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm going to stick with what I just said. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but your stream freaked out again.
I got it fixed.
You got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil 4, it's just a great game, and playing it in VR just really brought back those memories of playing it on the Switch, playing it on the 360, playing it on the Wii.
Just playing on your phone,
playing on my phone, playing on my my fridge, playing it on my butt. I don't know. It brought back all those memories, and it's an incredible game, and I've heard, I'm sure everyone's heard the word incredible so many times during this podcast.
Incredible, pinnacle, fantastic, greatest game of all time. I mean, it's
yeah, every game on here is the greatest game of all time in its own way. But yeah, that's, I mean, we kind of already talked about 4, but yeah, number 14, Resident Evil 4.
Cool deal. So at number 14 is my first Zelda entry on the list, Zelda Wind Waker.
I like it.
Yeah, I really, really like Wind Waker. The art style, especially when they redid it on the Wii U, that's gonna hold up. That's gonna hold up forever. That art style is so incredibly amazing. And also the fact that I remember back in the day, this is, obviously post Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So this was like the next big Zelda game for me.
Yeah.
So it, just, going to GameStop or EB Games back in the day, getting this thing pre-ordered,
EB Games,
bringing it home. Like it was a really like, monumental part of my childhood was this game. I loved it so much. And it just, yeah, I can't, we talk about forever, but I really want this game on the Switch and I want to play it.
Yeah, where's that collection of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess?
I heard some rumors about the Game Awards.
Oh, really?
Yes. Which we will be streaming the Game Awards live
on December 9th.
Yeah, it's on Thursday.
8th is Halo Day. 9th is the Game Awards.
Yes. Wind Waker's a great Zelda game.
It is.
Yeah, and it's just it is unique with the being on the the Red Lion or whatever, King of Red Lions, and going across the ocean and stuff. So yeah, it was a very cool game.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Wind Waker has the best water in any game?
I don't. I think another game on my list has the best water, and that's coming up very soon. It looks great. Like it's like as far as like that graphic style goes, but
you played it on the Wii U, right?
Well, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. You don't have Sea of Thieves on your list, do you?
I do not. Sea of Thieves does have some really damn good water.
It does. Yeah.
That might be the best water, to be honest.
Yeah. I want to drink that water.
That's salty water.
Nice and thirsty. Yeah.
Yeah. Zelda.
All right, Harrison, I got another repeat for you from your list.
Okay.
I guess I just love it a little bit more, but Shovel Knight is my number 13.
Nice.
I mean, this game is like one of the 3DS darlings that was obviously like kickstarted and went on to become something so much greater than it started out to be. And it started out so great to begin with. And yeah, I still need to finish up the King Knight expansion or the King Knight DLC.
The King of Cards
battler. Yeah, King of Cards.
Yeah, I do too. That card game is actually a lot of fun.
It's really good.
Yeah, so.
But like even just basing it off of that first Shovel Knight campaign, I think it stands at number 13 for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fantastic.
My number 13 is Resident Evil 7.
Okay, so we both got 4 and 7.
Yep.
Okay.
I think, like you said, Nick, I mean, this kind of just changed the game for Resident Evil. I know a lot of people when they announced that it's going first person, so many people were speculative of this, because obviously it's a huge difference, right? Than the third person that it's used to. But I think 6 was just left such a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
And 5 also, like people didn't like 5 that much. I loved 5. But it had co-op. And
it's a great co-op game. Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, it was scary. It was genuinely frightening. This was like post PT, right? So it was like kind of had that PT vibes, especially with that demo that that Resident Evil 7 had, the coin demo.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it was such a good entry into the franchise. I think it was, a great game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was 5 was great for co-op. 6 had co-op as well. I didn't play co-op on 6. Harrison, you might have, right?
No, I didn't even know it had co-op, to be honest.
Oh man, tough times.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up just about at number 11, and that's when we're going to do our first giveaway. So everyone, get those keyboard fingers ready because you're going to be typing some answers for this giveaway. We'll go through the rules in a second, but Harrison. Oh wait, no, this isn't the one that's going to make you mad.
Nick, is everything okay with it?
Yeah, I think my apartment's on fire, actually. We have single pane windows in our apartment, so the sound just there was sorry to sidetrack us a little bit, but there were leaves blowing, and we're on the 4th floor, but there were leaves blowing on the ground last night, and we heard them for like 30 minutes. It was crazy. But anyways, my number 12 is from one of my favorite franchises of all time. The one that I've loved since the Game Boy Advance. Harrison, I think you know.
I think I know.
This is Sims
Herbs.
Herbs, Sims in the City. Best game of all time. No, this is Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Nice.
Call it 3H.
3 Houses, really?
Yeah, I really, really love this game.
Wow. Okay.
It took... I mean, after... I was kind of debating between this and Awakening because Awakening kind of reawakened the franchise, and it kept it from dying off essentially. Like it had to get certain sales numbers, and Awakening crushed them. And then Fates came out after that. That one was great but not fantastic. And then 3 Houses on the Switch, I mean, it did so many things right. Like the different paths you could take, the relationships, which I could kind of take or leave, but having those support conversations, and then obviously all the classes that you can choose and the leveling and stuff. It's just, I don't know. It was kind of done perfectly, and I'm so excited for any like remakes that they do in the future.
Cool. Yeah, Fire Emblem, like I played a lot of the ones you had on Game Boy Advance, Nick. I mean, I love them. I think I ended up beating one of the games before you did.
I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
Original Fire Emblem 7.
I think I just like stole it from you and stayed up all night when I played it, or so I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
You absolutely judge this at the top 10. Right now, you can't judge this at all, right?
No, you can't judge
this. This is all fair game.
And to answer your question, totally unreliable, I think there is something to naming a game something night. I think that really just it really just elevates the game just via the title alone. You know, you have Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight. Is that it?
Just the two. Why are we so many nights? It's only two.
Yeah, I don't know how that holds up, but all right, yeah, just give me what's your Jedi Knight? Yeah, Jedi. Wait, is that a game?
Yeah, Jedi Knight 2 or something like that.
No, it's I thought you were talking about Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh no. Number 12. I'm gonna abbreviate it. Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Oh, I kind of forgot about Elder Scrolls.
I know Skyrim is obviously like the big Elder Scrolls game that has been on everything since sliced bread. But this really got me into like RPGs. It's specifically like open world stuff. I just fell in love with this game so hard. To the point, like I was so new into like open world games that for the first like 5 or 6 hours, I didn't know you could fast travel. So I literally walked everywhere. And then I just happened to look at the map and it was like fast travel. I was like, oh my gosh, I could have saved so much time, but like it didn't bother me. You know, I just had so much fun just exploring.
Yeah.
And obviously like Skyrim is obviously a better game, you know.
Yeah, mechanically it's better, but yeah.
But this just got me into like that series. And yeah, just it was janky as hell in the 360 back in the day, like so janky. It was rough. I mean, a lot of Bethesda stuff is super rough, but yeah, I love this game. Close the drawers.
Close the drawers.
Doors of Oblivion.
Yeah, I remember playing this when we went to our dad's tennis tournament in Birmingham, Alabama. I remember we brought, I don't know if you went, but I brought the 360 and played it there, like in the hotel room. And yeah, Oblivion's really great. I mean, yeah, that was kind of my first entry, obviously, into Elder Scrolls. I never played Morrowind, but yeah.
I think I tried it once and it was like super rough. It's hard to get back to.
All right, Harrison, I guess this is our last one before top 10 and before our giveaway.
Yeah.
But I'm
this is
sorry for this
one.
Mad,
right?
I'm really sorry for this one. And, you know, I know it might hurt some people in the chat. So I just want to, you know, get everyone get kind of loose, you know.
We're not being judged until top 10. So
that's right. Yeah. I'm not being judged now, but my number 11 is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
What? I knew you were going to say it.
Ocarina of Time 3D.
3D, right.
Yeah. And it's purely because this is not a game that I grew up playing.
Yeah, you didn't have the nostalgia for
it. I grew up with Link's Awakening and kind of games beyond that on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. And I didn't really fully play through Ocarina of Time until like the middle school or high school on the Nintendo 64. And I don't think I finished it until actually getting a 3DS and playing it there. But playing it on 3DS, like it's amazing. Like it's such an amazing game. You can see the formula of Zelda just build from this game. And like, obviously this game changed so much for the genre and for gaming as a whole.
Yeah. I remember when you got it, cause we were in Florida, I think, or at the beach, right? Somewhere. I think it might have been the beach, but we were trying to find a GameStop and I didn't have a 3DS at the time, or 3DS at the time. And you were playing in the back and I was literally saying, okay, this is you're in the Deku tree. I was like, all right, this is going to be the map. This is going to be the compass. Like I could just remember it, which is crazy. It's like the 3DS version is absolutely great.
So it's my 11.
Okay.
I'm sure I am 100% positive it is much, much higher on your list.
Is it on my list though?
If it's not on your list, then I'm not talking to Harrison.
We'll see. My number 11 is Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Damn, nice. Okay.
Again, subjective. I know last year, like technically Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like my game of the year, which I loved.
Oh yeah.
Was it my game of the year? Or was it Ori? I can't really remember. It might have been Ori.
It might have been Ori.
Anyways, technically Valhalla was over Last of Us Part 2. But just going back and just thinking about this game, it's a great game, and the fact that Naughty Dog, again, spoilers, just throw that out there. The fact that they switched up the main character and like halfway through the game, and you thought the game was over, and then there's like another 10 hours of game, was so ballsy, but it worked so well. I know a lot of people were pissed, and too much so they were sending freaking death threats and nasty
that was crazy
messages to Laura Bailey or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man, that was crazy. But yeah, it was. Yeah, Naughty Dog just. I like the Uncharted games for most part, but they really hit their stride with this. Like, I mean, Last of Us, they hit their stride. Like the first one was great, but this one was just. Yeah, it was depressing. Like this came out like in the middle of last year, so like the pandemic was pretty new to everybody at this point, and it was like I know a lot of people are like, I don't really want to play this because, it's too kind of reminiscent of the real world we went on right now. So I definitely understand that to a degree, but yeah, it was it was a great game.
Yeah, I mean this is one of the games that Alicia, my fiance, she just was strapped in, like just watching this narrative unfold. And yeah, narratively such a great game. As you said, good combat, gameplay, story was
worse than Last of Us. Yeah, I mean, I debated putting Last of Us up front, but
I think mechanically 2 is a better game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Super excited for the show though that's coming out.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Last of Us 2 is like Game of Thrones season 8.
Right here.
I never watched the majority of Game of Thrones, but I did watch season 8, and the ending was pretty bad. Like just
I watched
like
2 episodes of Game of Thrones. I could get into it. I don't know why. My wife Brittany and I tried to watch it, and I don't know. She's not a big like medieval kind of person. Like she's never seen Lord of the Rings. I keep telling her, man, please watch it with me. It's so good. The original trilogy.
Yeah.
The Hobbit was all right.
The drama. Oh yeah, the drama in Game of Thrones.
I did watch The Witcher again for the 4th time.
You watched the whole season?
Yeah, in 2 days. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3. Season 2 comes out on December 17th.
Same day as Spider-Man.
It does.
Yeah. All right, Harrison. I'm super excited about this giveaway.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're about to jump into it. All right, so we're going to run through a practice round here, but essentially the name of the game is 3 words or less. So I'm going to say, and I'll space it out a little bit, but I'm going to say 3 separate, distinct words that kind of correlate with the game. And people in the chat, just guess the game whenever you think you know it. And I'll give everyone in the chat, 3 guesses?
What if somebody answers the same game?
Whoever I see first, whoever's first in the chat timeline. And this is just a practice round, so the stakes aren't too high here.
Okay, so practice round. Okay, cool.
Practice round. So I'm going to start here right now. First word, Europe. Second word, hand. Third word, typewriter. I think the third word might give it away.
It's a specific game, right? Not just the franchise.
This is a specific game. Oh yeah, Village.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Because the hand, gets the hand cut off. Okay, so that was just a practice round, so nobody fret. All right, once you're ready, once everyone's ready, we'll get into the real round. This is for a $20 gift card of your choice from either Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox. Just once you win, just let us know your preference, and we'll be in contact over the next, day with the code.
Yeah, we probably won't be with you tonight. It's Friday.
Probably won't be with you tonight, but
we promise. Yeah,
but we're keeping you in our thoughts, and we'll be in contact. We're going to write you down, and we'll get that card to you. All right, so let's get started. I hope everyone's ready because we're going to play the first round. This is the first of 3 giveaways, and I'm just going to start with the first word here, space. I'll give it a couple seconds. Get the build up going. So space is the first word, and remember you have 3 guesses. All right, I'll put out the second word. Transtar. This one might be hard, depending.
Yeah.
It's probably the hardest of the 3 we have here tonight. And then the third word is typhon. 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 This might be too hard. I bet everyone's Googling right now.
It's true.
If no one knows it, I can give out another one. All right, Noodles, you said you know it.
If you know it, you know it.
If you know it, just, Guardians of the Galaxy, that is incorrect. But a great guess, though. And I'll repeat the 3 words. They are space, Transtar, that is TRANSCAR, and typhon, TYPHON. Borderlands, Destiny.
Nope.
Those are also incorrect.
I do want to play the Guardians of the Galaxy game, the new one. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale.
It's $30 right now on somewhere. It's physical, but
somewhere.
All right, so we got Artful Escape, not Artful Escape. A lot of great guesses, but not a winner yet. Space Marines, no, not Space Marines. Although that's a good guess with the word space.
Noodles? You know it?
I think Noodles is tripping right now. He doesn't know it. He's just Prey.
There we go.
There we go.
Melanie.
Congratulations. All right, Melanie. Which card would you prefer? Would you prefer Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch? Or / Nintendo? Marvel's Avengers, also a great guess. Switch. All right. Congratulations. You just won a $20 gift card to Nintendo Switch. So we'll be in contact over the next, day or so? Yeah.
Yeah, day or so.
Yeah.
And are we just going to message on Twitch, right? Probably.
Yeah, we'll just message on Twitch. So
make it easier.
Melanie, if you're following us on Twitch, we can find you there. Or we can look at chat history, either one. But yeah, we will be in contact. Congratulations. All right, Harrison. Well, with that being said, should we jump back in to our top 10 games of all time?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I'm ready. Thanks everyone for participating. A lot of great guesses. Transtar was the dead giveaway keyword. Yeah, that one. That's like the company in Prey.
Yeah.
Or no, was it the name of the space station?
I think so. Number one. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Number 1 on that list is all the games my ex was playing.
Okay. All right, so we are into our top 10 now.
We're here.
Nick, do you want me to start it off, or do you want us to continue the flow?
Yeah, let's switch it up. You're starting it off with number 10. Cool.
Number 10. What I got here? Halo Reach.
Wow, Halo Reach.
I debated Halo Reach and Halo 3. Halo 3, just like the lead up to that was insane. I mean, so many people were mad about like the way Halo 2 ended, and it just kind of cut off. And obviously, there's a big history behind it. They ran out of time, blah blah. Honestly, I kind of liked it. It was kind of one of the first times in gaming where we got not a conclusion to a story, and I really appreciated that. I actually liked that a lot. So going to Halo 3, I mean, that was like such a hyped game, and the music was so beautiful. But Halo Reach was the last Bungie game. You know, I know we used the word dread a lot in the last few weeks, but there was such a sense of dread in this game because you know the outcome of the story. You know, Reach got glassed at the very end. You know, which is pretty much means like it was destroyed.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't know for sure, but you know those Spartans are probably going to die. And sure enough, you know, they do. And just the way it ends specifically, again, spoilers, when you're playing your character, like you are like the last Spartan and you literally fight until you die. Oh, and then you know, then the cutscene plays out and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But like I read a lot of those books growing up. So I just had so much history and lore with Halo.
Yeah.
And just this being like the final send off for Reach. And also like the gameplay was excellent in the campaign. And like just the whole campaign was really good. And I think this was the first time they had Firefight, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that was ODST.
You're right. It was ODST.
Yeah, I think.
So yeah, this is like the second evolution of Firefight. Firefight 2.0, I think it's what they called it, to be honest. So like they had that, and then like obviously like the DMR was like such a fantastic weapon back in the day. That was such a great addition to that game. And also had like the Needler rifle too was a great gun too. But then they had the invasion mode where it was like Spartans versus Covenant and versus elites, and they had like the roll mechanic. It was the first time they had like Spartan abilities where they had the shield, and you could throw like plasma grenades and then shield, and it would pop off of you. Like there were so many great moments in Halo Reach, and like all their maps were fantastic. I loved Reach. Like Reach was so good, and so far with Infinite, it's kind of catching that vibe again. Like I love it. Obviously, we're still technically like beta, so when that opens up and we get to choose our game types and this and that, you know, it'll be better. But yeah, Reach was excellent. I remember being in college, like in 2010 when this came out, and I came home and to get it because I had pre-ordered it at my local GameStop.
Yeah, came
home, I got the big edition. Like I've got it up in the background, you know, up here, right up there. I've got the Halo Reach statue. So like, it was a great game.
I remember we played it together on the midnight launch, and you had your contacts in, and your contact kept drying up, and you like had to go to the bathroom like 5 times to fix your contact. And I was like, come on, man, like let's go.
Yeah, because I think you had bought in Reach, and I ended up leaving my Xbox there for you, and ended up buying a Slim.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Reach, God, and I got that same feeling when they added it to the Master Chief Collection, not too long ago. I got that same nostalgic feeling. Was like, is this the best Halo? And for me, so far it is. It was a great campaign, great multiplayer. Yeah, it was fantastic. I do want to shout out Halo 2 specifically, obviously because that was like the biggest game I played on like the Xbox, like multiplayer wise, and then just. I modded my virtual Xbox for it, like using Splinter Cell, the game, which is
shout
weird.
Out Splinter Cell.
Yeah, shout out Splinter Cell, which is weird. I don't know exactly why I had to use that game, but being able to fly like the Pelican back in the day in Halo 2 was awesome.
Literally flying
super jumps in Halo 2 was incredible.
Yeah, on Lockout. Yeah,
Lockout. Yeah, but Reach is pinnacle Halo.
Reach was cool.
Yeah, Reach is cool.
Like Reach gave you a lot of equipment to have cool moments, and I feel like Infinite is also doing that with like the grapple hook, and a bunch of other stuff. But
yeah, your tweet you did when you did like the gameplay of you grappling to somebody and then smashing them in the back. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. And it doesn't automatically hit someone if you
really
grapple them.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, super. Yeah, that's such a like genius gameplay mechanic. And you can grapple onto like a wasp or a pelican, or well, not a pelican, but like a banshee, and you can overtake it from the grapple. Which
I've seen a lot of really cool moments with Infinite, but yeah, Halo Reach number 10. I want a Halo to be on here. That is my only Halo game on here.
Okay.
So I wanted some representation for Halo. But Nick, you're number 10. Let's hear it.
All right, Harrison, this game absolutely rocks. And this game is Rock Band.
Rock Band. Okay. I thought you were going to say Brutal Legend, but we're on a different page. Let's go.
Completely different page. Sorry, Jack Black and everyone else on the team.
I don't think you ever played that, did you?
No, I didn't. But Rock Band, like I have so many fond memories of Rock Band from playing with you and our friends and doing the 52 song set list.
Oh, with Brendan, dude. That was so much fun.
Yeah, like doing that, and then I played a ton in college. Like all of my roommates and friends got into it, and we would just like whip it out at like parties and just kind of play it off to the side. And it was like kind of weird. It's like why are these guys playing Rock Band over here? And it's like,
sup nerds?
It's fun, man. Sup losers.
Rock Band is. I mean, Guitar Hero 2 was my first. Both of our first like entry into like the music gaming, but whenever I got Rock Band that one Christmas, like again that and like Splatoon,
to get Rock Band on Christmas, that was so
much fun, dude. So much fun,
And I'm gonna take a hard stance on this. I think Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs is one of the greatest Rock Band songs. At least from a drum perspective. Yeah.
There's some good songs, man.
Love that game. Just and like Rock Band 4, I don't think that I don't think that hit the nail on the head. I think it kind of lost a bit of the magic because they drums for Maps, Noodles, what's up,
I mean, I've got Rock Band 4, like I've got the guitar. I've still got my original Guitar Hero 2, like Z guitar or whatever, or X guitar or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good game. Rock Band
so good, great. Man. And could you use the Guitar Hero guitar in Rock Band?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was the one that we used because the Rock Band guitar wasn't.
We had a full band, baby. We had a singer, we had drums, we had a bass, and we had guitar. Man, it was beautiful. Oh, it was so much fun.
Oh, Noodles, the full combo and expert drums. Yeah, that song on Expert, that kind of like that drum line, it's just absolutely incredible. Yeah,
it's classic, man.
I love that game so much. I would give anything to play Rock Band again.
Yeah, to experience for the first time again.
Yeah, dude, yeah, or just to experience it right now. It's just so great.
Yeah.
All right, Harrison. Oh, I need to put mine in officially. Sorry, I've been slacking a little bit. Rock Band. All right, I'm really interested. What is your 9th favorite game of all time?
All right, so we've got Hollow Knight, baby.
Yes. Okay, now I know why you reacted when I called it out at 25.
I mean, just to kind of add on to what you played, or said, Metroidvania is probably like one of my top favorite genres. I just absolutely love those games. I'm still playing Hollow Knight, by the way. I picked it up again on my Switch OLED, and it's beautiful. I'm trying to 100% or 120% it, I think, something like that. Something crazy. It's so much fun. It's got that Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of vibe, where if you die, you if
you die in the game, you die for real.
If you die in the game, you die for real. I don't know if anybody got that reference. In the comments, tell me what that movie is from, or what that quote's from. It's a movie. But I mean, Hollow Knight is, I don't know, it's one of the best games I've ever played. It's incredible. And I don't know if I have that much sense, because you kind of nailed it when you talked about it, but yeah, it's just
yeah. I mean, what is there to say? It's one of the best Metroidvanias of all time.
Yeah,
And
the part I think that I have to like, I like Hollow Knight better than Metroid is because like Metroid, it's so kind of condensed. There's not a lot of like necessarily open areas that you go through. Metroid Dread, Hollow Knight, it's a little bit. I mean, there's obviously like some very condensed areas, but it's way harder. It's a very hard game, and like a playthrough can last 30 hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge game, but yeah, it's incredible.
Wow.
It's more open than like Metroid Dread. That's why I consider.
That's why you like it more.
That's why I like it more.
Okay, I mean that's understandable. I'm glad you have it so high up on your list. I mean, it is, yeah, it is such a great game.
It is.
I might have done it a little dirty.
Totally wrong, but it's still on Game Pass. So I would say again, Nick, I think you mentioned Slay the Spire is best on Switch. I would say Hollow Knight is probably best on Switch as well.
Agreed.
But
handheld try it on Game Pass, I guess.
Yeah, try it on Game Pass.
But it's only $15. I mean,
yes, the Frankie Muniz movie, by the way, Noodles.
There you go,
yes.
Noodles pulling through.
But do you know the name of it without Googling it?
I don't know if I know the name of it. I used to, but I think it's left my brain. Agent Cody Banks. No, it's not Agent Cody Banks.
Agent Cody Banks. What's not Big Fat Liar? Is it Big Fat Liar?
Big Fat, yeah, that's with Frankie Muniz.
My Dog Skip.
Wait, what is the movie called? Are you seeing if Noodle guesses it?
I was hoping chat would give me the name because I don't remember it.
Fraud.
You died in the game, you died for real.
I feel like it's 2 words.
It is definitely 2 words.
Noodles, it doesn't want to Google it.
All
right, yeah. No one Google it. We're just gonna remember. If it comes to you at any point, just let us know.
Is dead in the title? I don't think.
I feel like it is. Oh, I think it is.
You think it is?
I keep thinking Evil Dead, but that's absolutely incorrect.
No. That's very incorrect. I mean, I remember it. Like it's like the.
Is it still Stay Alive? Still alive? Stay alive?
Stay alive? Is that it? Stay Alive?
Stay Alive might be it.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, it's a game, it's a movie. Not based on a game, but like in the movie, they played this game. A really bad looking game for, I mean, it was
that looks like shit.
2008, 7, whatever. But I don't know, it was cursed. And if you die in the game, you die for real.
You like,
Stay alive, Nick, you're right.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you died in the game, you died some like tragic way in real life. Or no, the girl, the evil entity killed you
whatever it was
at some point.
Yeah, the one with the roses.
Yeah, that one. Wow, more people saw that movie than I thought they did.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, wow. Maybe that was like for all the gamers, it was like one of the first like video game featured movies.
All right, Nick, what is your number 9?
All right. For all the Soulsborne fans out there, I got one for you. And this one, I think it's the pinnacle of this specific series and the Soulsborne franchise. I mean, everyone knows what it is at this point, but that's Dark Souls 3. I think.
Great.
I mean, I kind of played them in a weird order. I played 2 first, and then 3, and then I went back and played 1 remastered on the Switch. And I think
the
3.
Same order I did.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people probably did that as well, but 3 just, it's so quick. It's so fast paced. Like it takes 2 and just kicks it up a notch. And like you have like the interconnected worlds, which you didn't really have in Dark Souls 2, but you had in Dark Souls 1, but I don't think the areas in 1 were as good. Well, I think the areas in 3 were, pretty phenomenal. And yeah, man, this is one of those games where like I just played through so many times and was just so into when I got into it. And that's all thanks to you who initially showed me Dark Souls 2 and I was like, what the hell is this game? Like,
yeah,
why am I so bad? Why can't I kill this first guy?
Why can't I get good?
Exactly. And I ended up getting into Dark Souls 2 after Bloodborne.
Yeah.
and then played Dark Souls 2, and then like a few months later I bought Dark Souls 3 and played that, and yeah, it was all over. I remember dying so many times to the I think it was like the second boss, the what is it, the Vort of Boliamus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of the guy that would charge at you a bunch with his little ice thing and had this ice AoE. I had died so many times to that guy, and then I went back and replayed a bit of it like a couple of months ago, and I whooped him on the first try.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I learned so much from when I initially played.
I have Ultra Instinct gamer now.
Yeah. I've unlocked. I've risen. Yeah, Noodles, Demon Souls, man, that was your first game on PS3. I didn't play Demon Souls until the PS5. And yeah, Demon Souls is also phenomenal.
Oh, Elden Ring, man. Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah, Elden Ring, man. It looks like it's kind of changing the open world format, just like Breath of the Wild did in a way. I'm so excited. I'm not even mad that it got a delay. Like,
no,
it's just going to make the game better, in my opinion.
Yeah, obviously you're a little bit sad. You're like, oh, I want to play this game sooner, but delays are always good. I will always back a delay. Always.
Yeah. Wait, so Dark Souls 3 was my number 9. Oh wait, I keep forgetting that I went after you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're giving me your number 8. Okay.
Right. Let's take a quick pee-pee break.
A quick pee-pee break?
A quick pee-pee break. I will be right back.
All right, I'm going to grab another drink. Everybody, hold on tight. We're about to go through our top 8. What's going on, everybody? Got me a fresh drink here, ready to talk about our top 8. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful Friday evening.
All right.
There he is with the Flamin' Hot Cheetos sweatshirt.
Dude, I love this hoodie, man. Got a rep.
It's primo.
Primo, man. Primo.
No.
All right. Number 8.
Here we go.
BioShock.
I was just saying it. Yeah, BioShock.
BioShock.
Before you say anything, this was a game that I took off my list. I apologize.
No. This I don't know. This is one of those games where like I had followed for so long. Just watching all like the Ken Levine videos back in the day. They're going through like the demos, and it just looks so cool. Like the little sister and like all the plasmids, and it looks so cool.
Yeah.
And it finally came out. I ended up getting the $70 edition where it came with the Big Daddy, which was kind of crazy back in the day for like a special edition, because like that just didn't happen that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This game kind of just changed narrative for me and like gaming to like what a narrative can be. Now the ending kind of sucked. Like the whole the last boss fight was not that great, and the whole kind of like still cutscene kind of ending was kind of sucked compared to the rest. But this game really introduced like the kind of what were they called? Like the diaries or whatever that you found.
Oh, like the audio logs.
The audio logs. Yeah, that was kind of like the first game that really introduced that. That I'm, for me personally, I don't know if that had been there in the game before, but they had so many, and it made you want to explore and find them all and, dive into the story. And, you could walk into a room and you could see, if there's like dead bodies, it kind of laid out like a story of what happened here. Like, did they commit suicide or were they murdered? It was a really cool aspect of gaming that wasn't quite there for me yet. But yeah, BioShock is so cool. So cool.
It was like, yeah, and Noodles, the twist ending. Harrison, did you like the twist ending with the would you kindly twist? So is that what you're talking about?
No, because there's like 10 more hours after that twist ending with the would you kindly.
Claustrophobia.
It did, yeah. That is true. Also, that's probably my favorite water in video gaming, by the way, is BioShock. Like the intro. It looks so good. Maybe that's
yeah. That's better than Wind Waker water.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah, BioShock was great. I'm talking about like the last boss fight specifically.
Mhm.
It was not that great, but
And just the still images to resolve the story. I mean, I get that, but like, what else would they have done? Like, do you
I
think
don't
a
know.
cutscene would have been as impactful as having those kind of still images?
Probably not.
Mhm.
There wasn't cutscenes up until that point, anyways. So I don't really know what I was
Yeah, that's
expecting.
true.
I just thought the ending wasn't super great, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man, I feel bad because like, yeah, this game is on my list. I took it off. I can't remember what actually I might have replaced it with Slay the Spire.
Okay, that's fair.
But I mean, yeah, like BioShock, Dead Space, like those are kind of. I feel like those were games for you. Like
Yeah.
you were what 16 at the time that those came out. I was 12, 13 years old. I was busy on my Wii and waggling my Wiimote.
Waggling away over there.
I was playing Far Cry
Playing
on
the
the
Conduit.
Wii. Playing the Conduit, yeah. Yeah, I should have put Conduit on my list, by the way. But
Should you?
that had the pinnacle of multiplayer was the Conduit. When it worked, it was fantastic.
Forgot how multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah, BioShock is truly incredible. I think it's one of those rare franchises where all three of the games kind of knocked it out of the park in like a separate way. I think BioShock 2 was great. I think BioShock Infinite was different.
It was different.
But it was still great.
Yeah, it was still good. And then like the DLC it had really wrapped into like because you went back to Rapture, which was cool. And also a really cool setting too, like underwater, like an underwater dystopia.
Super cool. Yeah, that intro going through like the little the ride, like I can't remember what it's called, but that intro was great.
Yeah. Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? All right, I owe you a number 8.
You do?
All right. This is like, if I were to give one game to describe myself, I would give you this game. And that game is Skate 3. I mean, Skate 3, like it just shreds so much gnar. I mean, like it is the pinnacle of that franchise. I mean, it elevates everything. It adds so many fun spots to skate. The map editor adds new tricks, adds like late flips and all these special tricks that weren't in previous games and weren't really in Tony Hawk games before then because they were so arcadey. And it was just like an almost realistic skate game. And I'm so happy that like the skateboarding franchise is kind of coming back the way it is with EA's Skate and Session, and I can't remember the other game that I love to play now for some reason, but yeah, Skate 3 is phenomenal. It feels so good to play even now. Like I remember, back a couple of years ago in college, I would just play that before going out and drinking, and just that's almost like a pregame game for me. Just like having a beer and playing Skate. Nothing
about getting drunk and then watching your board flipping slow-mo.
I know, it kind of hits different. Yeah, Skate 3. Yeah, like that's a game that I feel like I could play forever. Just a sandbox skateboarding game, and I kind of want to go play Skate right now.
Yeah. 1H1D, appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. You have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, man.
I like Skate. I think you obviously, as a person who actually skateboarded, hit different with you than it did for me. And not to say I was necessarily more of a Tony Hawk guy. I definitely do have more fond memories of playing Tony Hawk than Skate. But yeah, Skate was always a pretty excellent franchise.
It was. All right, Harrison, we're getting into our top 7.
Number 7 is one you've already mentioned, Nick. God of War.
Whoa! Really?
Yep.
Holy shit! Nice.
God of War 2018. I thought I really liked the God of War franchise up until this point, but it never, like, 3 was probably my favorite up until this point, and I didn't play Ascension, which was like the other one with like the multiplayer stuff, kind of weird. So I never played that one, but this one was just incredible through and through. Maybe I vibed with it more just because it was like a dad story with his son. And granted, my son was one at a time, so But
you were getting ready to live this story,
right? Exactly.
In a way, yeah.
It was just, and the fact that like the camera never changed from like it was all one take, which was incredible. And the way they went from Roman mythology to Norse, Greek mythology to Norse was kind of well done. I thought it was just it didn't make sense, but also it did. I don't know. It was weird. It's like they moved.
It worked. Yeah,
it worked. It worked fine. Yeah, I thought the combat was excellent. I thought the giant hub they introduced in that game with the lake, and then with the world serpent was so cool. Obviously one of my favorite games of all time. It was absolutely incredible. This is God of War Ragnarok is probably going to make me want to get a PS5, or obviously I do want a PS5, but like this will probably make me get one if this comes out at the end of next year. But yeah, Violet, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Violet.
Yeah, God of War is just such a great game. And
this was the first God of War game I played. I mean, I had never played any other ones before this, and I know they were
so different.
I mean, I know like systematically they were kind of similar to like a Bayonetta, or at least I thought they were kind of like a hack and slash.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, from the moment I saw this game, it just there were like so many fantastic third-person action adventure games on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
and this just instantly I wanted to play it, and yeah, excited for Ragnarok, excited for where this franchise goes in the future. I'm happy it's this far up your list.
Yeah, I really loved it. This is one of those games I want to go back and play, and finish up and 100% it or whatever. But
yeah, I need to do the Valkyrie fights.
Yeah, I think I've beaten most of them.
Okay.
But yeah, such a great game, and just seeing Kratos come from just this maniacal, like just angry person, and he's very level-headed in this game with his son.
It's cool to see.
It's very cool to see, and I thought they changed up voice actors from the original Kratos to the new. I can't remember his name, but
they did.
Yeah, his just booming voice. Just God, like the acting in this game is incredible. So good. Yeah, God of War 2018.
God of War,
great game.
All right,
Alicia, thank you for the follow.
Hey, thank you, Alicia. I'm not sure I know this person, but they seem pretty great.
Is this the Alicia?
This is the Alicia. All right, Alicia's gonna like this next one then.
Thanks so much.
Just to kind of bring it back full circle, because I had God of War on my list. You just put God of War up. You had Metroid Dread on your list, so I think it's time. It's about time for Metroid Dread to show up on my list. I think I owe everyone that. And Metroid Dread it's a number 7 of all time for me. And before Metroid Dread, I really only played Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, and then Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS.
Yep.
So I didn't have that much experience with the Metroid series. And then before Metroid Dread came out, I played Super Metroid, and then I played Fusion, and those were just absolutely incredible and got me so pumped up for Dread. And now here I am, 4 playthroughs later of Dread, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I think it nails everything. Like, the Emmys, I think, are such a fantastic addition to that series. All of the bosses are really great. Like, they all stand out in their own way. And then just like and this is most important, but just the fluidity of the game, like getting from point A to point B feels really good. It feels really cool to just kind of run, slide, roll your way through these enemies and just get to the next spot of the game. Like this game was built around speed running. It was built around breaking the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really cool. Like it really makes you kind of think on your toes. And oh yeah, now, like now that I'm talking about it as much as I am, I think it should be higher on my list. But it just came out last month, so I can't really, I can't put it, number 3, number 1. But yeah, Metroid Dread, absolutely incredible. If anyone in this chat hasn't played it yet and has a Switch, I would recommend playing this game because it is so good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, great game.
That's good. It's great. Yeah, it's good.
It's fantastical. Number 6. It's about time Bloodborne comes on this list. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, baby.
Let's get it. Bloodborne. Yes. I again, my pinnacle, like Bloodborne, Soulsborne kind of experience. Pinnacle. Yeah, I love everything about this game. I love the fact that there's no blocking. It's just pure action. You're rewarded by attacking and being aggressive to gain your health back. The setting, the atmosphere is so freaking cool.
Yeah, the gothic kind of.
Yeah, and the fact that like this game starts off with like, you go through it, you get to the first boss, and you don't even know it. There's no cloud door. You go through it, and then you turn around, and then the cloud comes down, and then the boss comes right over the. Oh my gosh! And then like Father Gascoigne was probably one of the greatest fights of all time. Like he was like such a stopping point in that game for most people, including myself.
Beer alert.
Ching. Yeah, Bloodborne. It was, man.
I remember playing that for the first time with you because we were kind of making some some YouTube playthrough videos, and you had me play this for YouTube for my first time, and I was just getting absolutely wrecked by the cleric beast. Or is that the first beast? Is that the first boss, the cleric beast?
Yeah.
I was just getting absolutely wrecked by that guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a bad game to play when you're trying to like record a YouTube video for it. But after that, after I got like a PS4 for Christmas and got Bloodborne and Uncharted collection and stuff. Yeah, Bloodborne just that game's so good.
Yeah, I mean that was the reason why I bought a PS4 was because
I remember you showing me like these gameplay videos of it and being like, this game looks absolutely incredible. And you had played like a bunch of Dark Souls games at this point.
Well, I'd only played Dark Souls 2 at this point because Dark Souls 3
it was only 2.
Wasn't out. And I I absolutely loved Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just everything about, and then like the switching of like your weapons, they all had different variants. Was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and then like the additions of the Chalice dungeons as well. Like even just adding that, like in addition to the game itself was crazy.
Those were okay. They weren't the greatest thing in the world,
but it was just something else to do.
Yeah, it was something else, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, my peak Soulsborne game. I really would like for them to do a Bloodborne 2.
Or please, or just a remaster.
Or a remaster.
Not that it just increasing the frame rate, I think would be good. Sorry, just to go through some comments. Violet said the best games are the ones that just the act of controlling the character around is fun and satisfying. Yeah, that's Metroid Dread in a nutshell. Yeah. Just it feels so fluid. It feels so great. Noodles, I mean, yeah, you're the Souls person. So yeah, the reason you got the PS4. Yeah, it wasn't the reason I got the PS4, but it's the reason I'm glad I got a PS4.
Yeah,
for sure. And then totally unreliable how that vid turned out. I mean, I think it turned we spent a lot of time on the character creation, I think, and then it was just you like kind of backseat gaming me through the first part of the game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. No matter how it turned out, it was a fun time. All right. I owe you number 6.
You do.
like I'm seeing like the rest of my list, and like I'm seeing some games like I haven't seen from you, and I'm wondering where they're going to show up. But my number 6 is it's a little game called Super Mario Odyssey.
Wow. Okay.
This game debuted on the Switch in 2017. I don't know if anybody really knows this game. It's kind of a niche title.
I wasn't sure which Mario game was going to. I know one was going to show up for me. I didn't know which one, though.
Yeah, this was like, in terms of like all the franchises that have really good games, this is probably the easiest to cut down because Mario Odyssey just, I feel like it's just miles above the rest. Like,
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's, and dare I say, it's the pinnacle of the Mario, of the 3D Mario series.
Yeah.
Like it's the perfect Mario game. Like it has the very, very like aesthetically pleasing worlds, and kind of, pays a little bit of tribute to 64, which obviously kind of built the foundation of the 3D Mario series. And there's just something about this game that, like, like Violet said earlier, it just feels good to play. Like there were so many like kind of hidden gameplay mechanics in Mario Odyssey where, you could just run from point A to point B, or you can use Cappy. You can do your little triple jump roll and then hit off a Cappy again.
Yeah.
And it feels much cooler to do it that way. That's for sure.
Of course, yeah.
I remember just like trying to jump these long gaps with like that Cappy triple jump thing, just like on my own fruition, just because I wanted to. Like, I wonder if I could like do that with this. And a lot of times I could. And like that kind of parallels with Metroid Dread, where you can kind of break the game in these weird ways because the controls are so like, they're so expansive, but at the same time, they're really good for newcomers as well.
Yeah. And it was like,
your son plays Mario Odyssey a ton, right? And he loves it, and you love it, and it's good for all ages.
Yeah. Just the fact that you can, like, each, world is different, like so different. And it's the first Mario game, I believe, where you don't get dropped out of the level after getting a star or whatever, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, just that is, it's such a good like starting point for young players or someone who have never played a Mario game before. But again, like you said, the control is just like perfection in Mario. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that in a Mario game. And that's after playing through the 3D collection and playing through 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, which are all amazing in their own right. And, theoretically they should be on this list because they're, all great games.
Yeah. Aside
from Sunshine. But, Mario Odyssey just,
How about you? Sunshine's the worst 3D Mario game.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, we're here. We're the top 5.
Top 5.
This is it. I'm excited.
Mass Effect 2.
Wow. ME2?
Yep. It had to show up. Mass Effect is probably one of my favorite franchises of all time. This is the game that I was like, can we do the full, can we do just the whole series? Can we do the collection as one game? Mm-hmm. Because I was, obviously one is the start of the franchise. And it was pretty rough.
It's very RPG heavy.
Yeah, very, very, very RPG. But 2 really kind of defined this franchise. It made it more actiony. It did. But it still left some RPG mechanics to it a little bit. But just being able to, Andromeda hides in shame. But yeah, just the fact that your decisions, like this is like one of the first games to do this, where your decisions kind of mattered, and and to some degree, carried on to the next game. But yeah, just the whole premise of the game, spoilers again, Shepard dies at the very beginning, so you gotta, you
what
essentially get to recreate a character, and just the fact that the end game, that it's going to be a suicide mission, and you're recruiting the entire game, and you're doing loyalty missions. It's just, I don't know, it's just It's probably one of the greatest trailers of all time. Go back and watch the original like Mass Effect 2 trailer and tell me that doesn't give you goosebumps. If you played the first one, you have like, that history.
What about the initial Gears trailer, Gears of War with Mad World?
That was a really great trailer as well, but I think 2 is better only because you've got the experience of the first game.
Okay.
Although Gears 2 has a very good trailer too, with like its poet. It's like it has like a poetry moment or something. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but yeah. Mass Effect 2, great game, great.
Man. Yeah, I guess this year was the first time I played through Mass Effect 1 and 2.
You still haven't played through yet?
Well, I played on the Wii U, man. People forget, and like Mass Effect 3 came out on the Wii U. Like it was there, man. It was there.
But play it.
I need to play it like with my squad, with my saves from 1 and 2. Yeah. Who is your partner of choice in Mass Effect?
Probably Garrus and Rex are my favorites.
Garrus and Rex.
Garrus was a total badass, and Rex, it's Rex. Like, just say his name; it's badass.
Say the name.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, and then like Mass Effect 3, like if Ashley lives, she's not a complete piece of shit by the end of that game. Ooh, Tally. Yes, Tally's great.
I was gonna say Tally and
Tally's great.
Oh my gosh, what's the blue character's name?
My first playthrough of 3 back on the 360, I romanced Tally.
You can't romance her in 2 though, right?
Not in 2. Because they haven't gotten like, she ends up, because they can't take off their masks, or her helmet, she figures out a way to do it. I can't exactly remember how it goes, but yeah, Tally's great too. Tally's my favorite female squad mate, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not big on like romance in games normally, but
it's weird. Mass Effect has a very weird couple of sex scenes that are just awkward, super awkward.
Yeah, I had to give everyone.
He just fire. Joker.
Oh my gosh, I cannot remember that character.
What?
It's the Asari. Is Asari that?
I don't know. I can't remember her name. Liara. Yeah, Liara.
Liara. Yeah. I think that's who I romanced into.
Yeah, Liara. She's cool.
Yeah. Normally don't care about that stuff.
The matriarch, like, whatever. No.
And it's just the.
No, there's the one in 2 that you can.
Miranda.
No, that's the clone girl that works for Cerberus.
Right.
No, it's gosh, what's her name? Samara.
She's the matriarch.
Yeah. She's like
she's the mom. I don't know.
Well, no, Benezia is Liara's mom. I can't remember exactly what she is. Anyways, Mass Effect 2. Great game. Nick, what is your number 5? Top 5, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, top 5. And where did you put?
There's a certain franchise that I hope is on your list. But if it's not, it's okay. So I'll give it the representation. But
do you mean Halo?
No. I've already given that. No, neither of us have spoken about yet.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, Halo 3 is my top 5.
Nice.
I mean, Halo 3 is like one of the midnight launches that I remember the most because of the burn energy drink and just staying up, until freaking like 5 a.m. playing it. And like we always kind of made a promise to ourselves a little bit to play at least a chunk of the campaign before diving into the multiplayer.
Yeah, of course.
And we mostly stuck with that.
We did, yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Do you remember like so for those who don't remember, Crackdown came out, and that was actually a really good game, but it got bundled in with the Halo 3 beta. And then that second day, I think that beta was out, the Xbox Red ringed. Remember that?
I do remember that. That was the first. Was that the first of many for you?
Technically, yes. I mean, I ended up sending my Xbox in after that beta. But I remember doing the towel trick.
We tried everything.
We tried everything, and it worked for some time. But then it was a wrap. Halo 3 was definitely like.
It was that game. Like it was that like.
Yeah, it was great.
That multiplayer game. Like
I miss midnight releases so bad. So much fun.
Just stand up with a bunch of people who are equally as excited about a game as you are. Like it just doesn't translate when you're like, oh, I'm going to open up this digital game at midnight and play it 10 minutes before I fall asleep in my bed.
It's like in the GameStop parking lot playing Ninja.
Yeah, playing Ninja. Drinking burn energy. Getting home, drinking some Diet Mountain Dew, staying up.
DMD.
Oh yeah, we convinced our parents probably a couple of times to stay out of school a couple of days to play Halo 3, Gears 3. I think that was one of them. Halo Reach. Well, you were in college, but
I think Halo ODST. Me and Diego skipped school and got it. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, that's my number 5, Halo 3. Great game. It improved on Halo 2, added in all that equipment, nerfed the assault rifle compared to Halo 1, but I'm not complaining.
Still a great first trailer too. When,
oh my god, phenomenal first trailer.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And in Forge mode, I was at that point in my life where I was so excited about these creative
I was like Far Cry 2, and I was making obstacle.
Yeah, Harrison. Yeah, for all those listening, Harrison would just make these obstacle courses in Far Cry 2, and me and my friend Adam would try to play through.
Far Cry Instinct Predator.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, we would just try to play through the obstacle course and try not to run our vehicles off the map or whatever.
Super fun.
Yeah, fun times.
All right, number 4. This is the game I mentioned that has had 0 representation so far.
Okay. Formatting issue. Sorry, guys.
Here we go. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah. Yeah, that should have been on my list.
Performance aside for this game, because it did have a lot of troubles at launch, and I ended up beating it before it got fixed. But that being said, I just fell in love with this game, and I was coming off a caught from the heels of the original Ori, because I did play that about a month prior to this game being released in 2020, just to get caught up. And again, that game was excellent too. But this game it improved the combat. I love the story. The art style is gorgeous. Between that and Hollow Knight, I was debating so much about, but the fact that Ori is so beautiful and it's more open. Hollow Knight it's kind of, it's dark and dingy. Yeah, Ori I love it, man. I love it so much. I love the characters in that game. The boss fights are fun. The escape moments in the boss fights are fun.
They're so great. Oh my god,
Nick, I feel like you have a lot of regrets right now.
I do. Yeah, can I retro?
Did you forget about Ori?
No, I didn't. But somebody convinced me to put Hollow Knight instead of Ori. And here we are.
Water is nice and Ori.
Water is nice and Ori, yeah.
Do I think Halo Infinite campaign will be good?
Yes.
I think so. I think it will be.
Based on the previews we've seen, and I think some previews came out earlier today, but it seems pretty good. Seems incredible.
Yeah, I mean the fact that multiplayer is so well done, like damn near perfect, and we'll get to the here in a little bit with the news. It feels like the best playing Halo I've ever played. Yeah, I have very high hopes for 343 with their campaign. It didn't look great graphically when they revealed it last year. But Halo has also never been like that stunner of a game. So I think me and you, Nick, were both like not necessarily disappointed about the way it looked.
Yeah.
But the way it looks now, it's
looks great.
The year and some change it's had to manifest and come together. Like definitely was the right decision. Which is funny because a month later Cyberpunk came out and here we are with that being delayed again for like the next gen or like the current gen stuff. So
right, like that. Yeah, that's just the tale of what not to do.
Yeah,
and it's cool that they've leaned into the Craig meme.
Oh, of course.
I saw earlier today that they added it into their game, like added a Craig. We'll talk about it later, but they added like a Craig mixtape. Like he went on to become an artist.
Oh God, I didn't see that.
And
That's cool.
Created like a CD. So, all right. Well, so yeah, I'm busy like regretting not adding Ori and the Will of the Wisps to my list, but I feel pretty damn confident about my number 4.
Okay.
This is a game that like I know you've played, but I don't know if you finished it. I don't know how much you got into it, but this is one of those games where like I wanted to literally do everything in this game.
Okay.
And that's Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah, the 2D.
I debated about this being on my list.
Game. I mean, yeah, this is one of those games where like, and this is like common for a lot of the games on my list, but it just feels really good to play.
Yeah.
And the puzzles were so well done. Like they had all the B sides and then all the C sides. And then, they added in chapter 9 a little bit later. And that was just an ultimate test of your skills in Celeste. And this game just did everything right. I think the story was great, but subtle. And, it didn't overstay its welcome, but the gameplay was just so phenomenal. And yeah, that definitely stuck with me while I was making this list. Like,
yeah,
oh, it's so good. It is such a great game. And for $20, probably less now. I mean, I know it goes on sale a lot, but you cannot go wrong with this game. It's so good. Yeah, strawberries. Yeah, the strawberries, collecting those strawberries in that game. Great challenge. That was a great challenge. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I don't even know if I want them to make a Celeste 2 because I kind of want it to like live on its own and just be this game that's amazing by itself. But I would love to see anything else that they create. I think the public or the developers, Matt Makes Games. Yeah. So whatever Matt makes, yeah, I'm in for it.
For those who are drinking right now, I'm gonna take a little shot, little Jim Beam apple.
Oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, so just a little half shot of my little airplane bottle.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Jim Beam apple and Bacardi mango. Those are the Harrison staples. So
I drink.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers, everybody.
Little mini red soda. So delicious.
Hey, cheers to get into the top 3.
Top 3. Nick, I'm about to blow your mind right now.
I'm ready. Blow it. Blow my mind.
So, top 3 game of all time. Zelda Ocarina of Time.
You madman. It's not number 1?
It's not number 1.
Man, it's not. I don't even know what this list is going to be now.
So, yeah, I mean, when we first started this podcast, like our first episode was your favorite game of all time was, back then, this was 2019. It was Zelda. Ocarina of Time for me. Yeah, I mean, this game it means so much to me. It's one of my first experiences in gaming. I just love this game. Specifically, just playing with like our mom. Back in Florida, like she would sit there with the strategy guide. I would play the game. And that carried over until we moved to North Carolina. But yeah, it's got probably the best music in gaming for me specifically. Just and also you had to play those too. Like all those soundtracks, all those songs are like iconic. Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, it doesn't necessarily hold up anymore. And that's why it's number 3 for me. That's why I would love to see like a remake or for them to port the 3DS version to Switch and upres it or whatever. Yeah, it's it's my first entry into Zelda. And again, you didn't have that nostalgia for that back in the day because I was I think 7 and you were what 3 coming on 4. So I mean you weren't playing games really by then. So yeah, it's just such a fun time.
I think you were kind of born at the perfect time for gaming because
sorry guys.
Because gaming like really got cool once you were born.
Yeah.
And you start seeing these 3D games and of course like it was cool before, but
yeah,
I feel like of course we're more nostalgic about these type of games because they were our childhood.
Quest 64, anybody remember that game?
You had that, right?
I did. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, Nick?
Dude, don't get me started on Hot Wheels Turbo Racing.
Got it right now.
That should have been on my list. Like, that game it took the racing franchise and it absolutely turned it on its head.
I think
that game.
Speaking of racing, real quick, if I can, slight tangent. I think Burnout Paradise is my favorite racing game of all time. But I think Forza 5 is probably going to have taken that. Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I think so. It's a game.
Yeah, it's a great game. All right, Harrison. Well, I think when we had our very first episode back on November 10th, 2019, you gave your favorite game of all time as Zelda Ocarina of Time. I gave mine to Fire Emblem, or Fire Emblem the Blazing Sword in Japan, which is Fire Emblem 7, by the way. But the first Fire Emblem in the US. So I'm going to put that as my number 3.
Nice.
The first Fire Emblem in the US. I mean, this game got me into one of my favorite franchises of all time. I can't tell you a lick about the story of this game, but the gameplay is just, it's all there. It's like, it's a tactical game. Like, I'm not normally into like tactical games like XCOM or anything like that, but there is something about Fire Emblem that just instantly clicks with me and just feels so good to play. And like leveling up these characters, having, those, very, very well animated sprites like Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones have some of the very best animations in gaming. And I feel like that a lot of that was lost on like the 3D Fire Emblem games like Awakening, Fates, and Three Houses, because they just absolutely killed it with that animation. Like it was just so cool looking. Like every single class had its own critical animation that was like really, really cool. Like it just felt awesome. Like recruiting characters was difficult because you had to recruit enemies on the map with specific characters that you had. You had to go up and talk to them, and maybe you could recruit them. And I really hope this game gets some sort of remake, but I also don't want them to change too much. I want them to keep the sprite art style that they had with the original game, and just go with that instead of trying to like make it like a 3D remake. But
do like an Advance Wars kind of thing, like Fire Emblem, 1 and 2 for like US or whatever, something like that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And this game is actually a prequel to Fire Emblem 6, which is Fire Emblem the Blazing Sword. And yeah, this kind of made me want to, and I ended up buying a Japanese copy on eBay. and then looking up like the translations and writing them all down just to know like the character names and all that. And I've talked about this before, but just to like know who to recruit. And like I knew the game so well that I could just look at like the option screen and know like what was an attack, what these weapons were, like what was like the intern, what was the suspend button, like I knew it like the back of my hand. And yeah, this franchise will always stick with me in that regard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have any Fire Emblem on my list here, but I mean, you know, I playing the two games on the Game Boy Advance back in the day was so much fun. I would love to see a remaster of both of those, like they're doing for Advance Wars, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I played a little bit of Fate on 3DS. I have it, but I couldn't quite get into it. I don't know why.
I don't think it was as strong as Awakening or the other ones.
I'm not sure. Maybe I need to go back and like try it, but it just didn't. I don't know. I didn't click with it or whatever. But yeah, I think Fire Emblem is a great franchise. I do want to try Three Houses at some point, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a great game. It's a long game.
So now that we're on our top two, chat, how do you guys feel? However, you know, you said you were going to be judging us. How does it feel?
Yeah, how do our lists look side by side? A lot of different games on here. I mean,
I'll switch back over real quick.
Keep in mind our second giveaway is coming up just after we get through our top 25 list. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, it was a lot of different games on here. I mean, I feel like we have a lot of similar opinions on games.
We do, yeah.
But, you know, also kind of as an offshoot of that, we're also playing, you know, I'm playing games like, you know, Fire Emblem and, you know, you're loving games like Dead Space, BioShock. Yeah, there's a lot of differences here. I mean, I'm most surprised on your list by Splosion Man. It's like, how the hell did that make a top 25? But
it's just the timepiece.
It is a timepiece. And I to be honest, I had SSX Tricky on my list for a little bit as 25.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Let's go and dive into it, man.
Ocarina of Time is top 3 for Pharrell Pacino. Yeah. For sure.
Number 2, Mario Odyssey.
Wow. This guy's crazy.
I haven't seen a Mario. I haven't had a Mario game yet on here. So, I mean,
I know your number 1 is.
Kind of piggyback what, you said. I mean, it's probably my favorite 3D Mario. I mean, it is my favorite 3D Mario game of all time. It perfectly blends, like, just, I don't know, that 3D Mario feel with just an open kind of, not necessarily world, because they're not huge worlds, but
they're big enough.
They're big enough, but they're all different. There's like 15 different areas you can go to. They're all different. The fact that you take over a character is so cool. Like the first time you go into like it's
brutal.
You take over the T-Rex. It's so like, I don't know. It's different. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously, my son last year after I started working from home, like he really got into Mario games. And it's kind of not the biggest reason why I got an OLED, but I wanted one, whatever
reason. Yeah.
I wanted to splurge. But the fact that he had taken over my Switch completely and absolutely fell in love with Mario. We started with, what did we start with? Odyssey. And then, moved on to like 3D World when I got that. Mario All-Stars collection. So that's kind of like a big factor in why it's like one of my favorite games of all time. Just because of that. But also it's just such a fun game.
It is. It is just so fun. It is a genuinely fun game to play. And I feel like that's kind of rare in a lot of games these days.
Yeah. I wish they would have done more DLC for it. Like I don't see why they couldn't do like one other world. That's kind of crazy to me. Hopefully there's a Mario Odyssey 2 or something very similar like it. Or just like a straight up like open world Mario. That would be kind of insane to think about.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Hopefully they're busy. Yeah, working on the next Mario Odyssey. That's all I can hope.
Yeah, we've played a lot of games over
all the
like 20 years. We have, we talk shit about like Sony and like the fanboys for that. Mainly because I feel like Sony, like those fanboys are just for Sony and PlayStation games
and literally nothing else.
And I'm like, everybody can own everything. You can play everything if you want to. You can play Xbox on PC now, right? So I mean, it is what it is. But that being said, we've played a hell of a lot of games, from indie games to like AAA. We don't play a lot of Call of Duty these days.
But we play a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't play Call of Duty and Battlefield, but we play like Psychonauts and Shin Megami Tensei V.
Yeah, Psychonauts 2 was it's a good game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a top 25 for me, but it is a game of the year contender, I think.
It is, and again, these are all subjective. So, like, if Psychonauts 2 wins Game of the Year this year, and Metroid Dread doesn't, it's subjective. So
yeah, and totally unreliable. So there are no Xbox fanboys. There are, there are definitely Xbox fanboys that will just go to anything that PlayStation tweets out and tweet Xbox is better or whatever. But I just feel like it's more common on the PlayStation side.
My one point I will make versus Xbox fanboys and PlayStation fanboys is, and it probably has happened and people have chatted about it, but anytime PlayStation has announced that Horizon, God of War, so-and-so is coming to PC, they lose their freaking minds over it.
And like they don't want it to come to PC.
This is years later after the game has been released. Like, it's brilliant. It's kind of brilliant marketing strategy for PlayStation.
Because they're putting them out right before the sequels.
Top tier games coming out, a year prior to, when they're like you said, the sequels are going to be released. It's brilliant. But Sony fanboys lose their mind. And again, I have all the consoles. Like, I don't have a PS5. You do, Nick, but I will own a PS5 because I love they do have better games than Xbox does, for sure. That being said, in 5 years,
what?
Well, in 5 years, maybe that script will flip because of all the games that, or all the studios that Microsoft and Xbox have purchased. It could flip. But right now, like Horizon, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, fantastic.
Yeah. I would think, to answer your question, unreliable, I think they're the most adamant. Everyone's kind of a fanboy in their own right. Like when I had a Wii U, I talked shit on the Xbox One and PS4, even though I knew I was wrong. But I just did it because
Xbox One was kind of garbage, to be honest.
Yeah. But I just did it because people were, talking shit to me because I had a Wii U. I'm like, well, Wii U has Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon soon, maybe. But like everyone is a bit of a fanboy. Like you can't be completely unbiased. It's impossible. Totally. Like
Like, Nick, would you say you and I are both like, we lean more inside like Nintendo, right? Like
we lean more Nintendo. We get most
hype for that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah, Nintendo and then kind of Xbox and then PlayStation's kind of like the last, but
And I've always preferred Xbox, to be honest, but during like the Don Matrick days and when like the Xbox One first released, like their marketing was so terrible. And they initially started with the weird like umbrella like E3 where they were like putting, I don't know if it was slime, but I don't know, it was weird when like they first announced the Kinect, like that kind of presentation, like that you had to wear like extra clothing because you're gonna get wet, or I can't exactly remember what it was. It was weird.
Gonna get so wet tonight.
It was a weird marketing campaign, and everything had to be online, and like DRM issues. Yeah, it was not a good look for Xbox, and Xbox One was pretty bad, and that's why the PS4 just sold so much better. And because they had just fantastic games, right? But the fact, now that Phil Spencer has taken over, they've acquired a bunch of studios. Game Pass has been evolved. I mean, you can't argue that Game Pass is the best deal in gaming, period.
It is.
And I think that's why Nintendo has been so bad here, especially with like their new expansion pack. Is you're paying as much as you are now a year for PS Plus and Xbox Ultimate, whatever, and you're not getting free games, and so everyone's got their opinion. Everyone's got their preferred gaming platform. You and I are. We're always gonna probably own all three at any given point.
Yeah, at some point.
So it is what it is. But oh yeah, for sure they lost the previous gen. Absolutely.
All right, Harrison. I have my number 2.
What
all right.
Is it?
So it's Cyberpunk 2077. I think that game was phenomenal. I think it nailed every aspect. Didn't have any bugs on launch. I'm just gonna go ahead and type that out. Actually, Cyberpunk Zelda Breath of the Wild. So so my number 2 is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, surprise, everybody. It's not number 1. Not a Nintendo fanboy after all, am I? No. Yeah, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, there's not much to say about this game other than it.
I have no idea what your number 1 is.
Well, you better think hard, brother, because it's coming in hot. It's not my number 1 either. Well, yeah.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh.
I think Sword and Shield. Just to kind of touch on Breath of the Wild, and I think that's your number 1 game, but I'm not going to say that it is. It completely refined the open world format, and I think it's the best open world game. I think it's the best Zelda game. Like, I know the dungeons aren't that acclaimed, but I still think like the game nails every other aspect of it. Just open world progression, like going and finding an enemy camp, and then just like asking yourself, how can I take these guys down? And I can either like roll a boulder over, or I can set them all on fire, or I can just go down and slash them all with my sword or something. And it's in my opinion a perfect open world game. It's not a perfect Zelda game. Yeah. And I'm hoping that the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can achieve that with the dungeons, and maybe that will end up taking my number 1. But yeah, Breath of the Wild is God. Yeah, it's one of the greatest games of all time. It's the reason a lot of people got the Switch. It's the reason I got the Switch. I mean, I would have gotten it anyways, but it's one of the greatest experiences of all time in gaming.
Yeah,
it is. Harrison, I'm just gonna let you continue that with your number 1. And
my number 1 is not Breath of the Wild. It is actually
is it Cyberpunk?
It's actually Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm just kidding. It's Zelda. It's Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
It is. And I debated very hard for this between Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. And we had talked a little bit about it. I do feel like it's probably my favorite open world game of all time. And mechanically, it's a fun game just to go through that world, and just like you said, like every scenario can be different based on where you're at. Do I think it's the best Zelda game? And I know it's kind of a weird concept to ask or question to ask. Because I think Zelda Ocarina of Time is my favorite Zelda of all time. I don't think Breath of the Wild is necessarily a great Zelda game, specifically because of the dungeons. There's no dungeons in this game. You have the Divine Beasts. You have like the little what are they called? The shrines.
Shrines,
which like very quick kind of like puzzles or whatever. But it just doesn't have like that Zelda vibe. And again, I mentioned previously, but I want them to correct that or make that better in the sequel. So I have very high hopes for it.
Yeah.
So far. And I'm coming off of Skyward Sword. I'm really hoping it ties into Skyward Sword, by the way, because I actually really do like that game.
That's a great game.
Yeah. But
all right, so your number one game of all time is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'm very curious.
You're wondering, man. Yeah, I see you over there. You're wondering what mine is. All right, so I think mine was on your list.
Okay.
And it's from a certain franchise that I really love. Some people who are more inclined would call it the Soulsborne franchise.
Bloodborne.
But I think Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time. And yeah, this is a game I've probably played through 4 or 5 times and got slightly into speedrunning it and would watch the best ways to beat this game. And yeah, it perfected the Soulsborne formula.
Yeah.
All the bosses were absolutely perfect. They were like scary in their own way, but were formidable and were difficult. But you still had that like extreme sense of progression, and you had all these weapons, and you could transform them into another type of weapon essentially. And there was just so much more to unlock. And yeah, I absolutely love this game so much, and I hope it gets a remaster or a remake or a sequel of some sort on the PS5. And I see that Noodles agrees with me with Bloodborne.
I am so happy that Final Fantasy X is on your top 5. By the way, Noodles, I got a little bit of regrets right now. I had that in my list.
10?
Yeah, 10. It inevitably got cut. Final Fantasy X is my favorite Final Fantasy game by a mile. There's nothing remotely close. Yeah, maybe that should have been on my top 25, but again, subjective. We'll forget stuff. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, for anyone that's stuck with us throughout this whole list, what do you think is the better list out of these 3? And they're very different. It's all subjective, but yeah, I'm glad we kind of differed as much as we did.
Yeah, we had a lot of similar stuff, but it was pretty different for the most part.
Yeah, well, nice, Harrison. Congratulations on your top 25.
Yes,
it only took 2.5 hours to go through.
Yeah. Bloodborne for being in both our top 10 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Bloodborne, Breath of the Wild. I guess those are the only 2 that we shared.
Yeah,
which is really interesting. But yeah, Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to get into our next giveaway.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, the chances are higher now, but let's get into our next giveaway. Just to remind everybody, we're going to give out 3 words, and you just have to guess. You just have to guess what game these words relate to. So we don't have a practice round for you this time. Our last practice round was Europe, hand, and typewriter. And that all related to Resident Evil Village. So if everyone's ready, we're going to get started on our next giveaway. Harrison, do you have the show notes up in front of you?
Let me make sure. Yes. Hold on.
If you don't, I can read it off, but I was just going to give you the privilege of.
All right. Yeah. All right. So.
All right.
3 words. Propeller was the first word. Second word is Spectre,
which is also the name of a James Bond film.
Yes. And the third word is polar.
Wow.
Nice.
Great guess.
Good job.
Great job.
Good job, Violet.
Violet Avelnut. All right, you've won a $20 gift card of your choice. Would you prefer Nintendo, Xbox, or PlayStation?
Interesting. Nintendo.
All right, two Nintendos. Nintendo. Okay, I just need to put Switch. $20. Okay, awesome. Yeah, congratulations. We're going to be in contact over the next 24 hours with the eShop codes. And congratulations. Great job. That was, man, very fast.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh. This guy's crazy over here.
Gosh. The second half was the airplane bottle.
Oh, it was the second half of the airplane bottle. Okay.
I'm not a mad man.
Yeah, what is the amount of alcohol that's in one airplane bottle? Is it two shots worth?
It is I believe it is a 2-ounce pour. It may be a 1.5 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
But like when Brittany and I drink this on Fridays, we split one of these.
Okay.
Not to make it any better, but
all right. Yeah, we'll contact you via Twitter.
Cool deal.
I got that marked down here. Okay, nice.
But after this, we're gonna jump into Nick. Are we just jumping into like kind of the regular show, right?
Yeah, I mean we can condense it, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, there wasn't much news that happened this week.
But we are gonna have one more giveaway. Same deal. What's up, Kellen?
Buddy?
Same deal. $20 card giveaway, either Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox. We're going to talk about
Halo.
What's that?
You're talking about what?
We're going to talk about Halo.
Yeah.
And Forza. And then maybe do like a couple of quick segments that we just wanted to try out. And then get into some news. And somewhere in the middle of that, we'll do the third giveaway. So everyone stick around. And we'll just get right into it. Well, after our boy Harrison comes off mute, after he's done talking to his son, Kellen. Harrison,
yes, sir.
Would you like to take a quick break before we go into the traditional podcast?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm
All right.
with that.
Okay. I'm gonna get a drink and we'll be right back.
Cool. So other than like obviously Final Fantasy X, that probably should have been on my list, but totally forgot. Was there any like notable franchises that we missed out of our list that you guys didn't see? I'm trying to think. We hit like Metroid, Halo, Gears. I mean, this is kind of the biggest stuff, obviously. Yeah, no Pokemon. I don't know, but I don't know about you, Noodles, but like Pokemon just hasn't been so great like the last couple of years for me specifically.
We talking about how bad Pokemon is?
We are talking what notable franchises we didn't hit in our top 25. Noodle said Pokemon wasn't in the top 10.
They do need to evolve.
Hopefully Arceus is that next step. I don't think that it will be. Just what we've gotten so far, I don't think it will. It looks cool, and I'll probably play it. Or wait on reviews to see how it is. But Pokemon Sword and Shield, I did not like at all. It was an average Pokemon game, but Pokemon to me has been average for 5 years, 6 years.
Agreed.
That being said, Brilliant Diamond looks real nice.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm digging SMT5. It's kind of a Pokemon game.
Kind of a Pokemon game.
It kind of is. Catching demons.
Right. Well, that being said, Nick, let's go to our new segment name called "What Have You Been Playing?"
What have you been playing?
There it is.
Oh man, yeah. Did people Did people hear that in the stream?
Yeah, can you guys hear that, by the way? I've been doing like air horns and stuff, but
Nice, Melnede.
I don't know if you guys can actually hear it. Anyways, let's just start it off. Like the big news is Halo, right? Halo Infinite came out.
Shadow launched.
Shadow dropped, but was yeah, you heard that. Awesome. So yeah, Shadow dropped on Monday. Nick, you texted me with like it's probably coming out.
Yeah.
They had their 20th anniversary event, which I totally forgot about. And obviously Halo came out the same day as the Xbox did, so they shadow dropped it. It was kind of weird because like they announced it and then like you and I were both like blue screen. It's all green. This blue screen. Blue screen.
Any update? Blue screen. Just
and then we finally got into it and yeah, I mean we both played the flight test and
it played amazingly.
It's brilliant. It's so much fun.
I mean, yeah, kind of like Apex Legends when that dropped randomly. Yeah, Halo Infinite just I swear I've played more matches of Oddball than I ever have in my entire life.
But it's fun though. I love it.
It's fun. It is fun. Like it's
I don't like capture the flag though. Too many.
I would say oh yeah, okay. Yeah. On bigger maps, I don't like capture the flag, but on there's some smaller maps where it's only 3 captures and you win.
Really? I've not experienced that at all.
Yeah, on some of the smaller ones.
Okay.
It's three captures, I'm pretty sure. Or that might be just like non-ranked, but
maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play ranked.
They only play ranked. Oh yeah, I placed in platinum today.
Big Team Battle CTF is you might as well just be playing Slayer at that point.
I mean, no one's playing the objective at that point. No. But I'm pretty sure you can put the flag in the Warthog, right? You can put it in the back.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You can get like the side and carry it.
But you can also just place it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really evolved in such a way where everything just feels fresh.
It also hasn't, right? Like Halo 5, like, you had like the boost and you had like the Spartan ground pound, whatever you want to call it.
It was too much. Strike. It was too much.
It was a lot. But like this just brings it back to basics. You have your little abilities. You have like you have your boosts, but they feel like just like, so in Halo 5, you press B, you like do like your little dash, right? In this game, you pick it up, and I think it's 3 that you get.
Yeah.
They feel, when you use it, really significant to the fight. Because like on a 1v1,
it can kind of change the proportions of a fight.
It can. And like obviously, and I've heard a lot of people, like a lot of streamers specifically, that play nothing but Call of Duty, are like mad about this game because like the time to kill is so much longer. It's like, have you played Halo before? It's
good, man.
It's not a one-shot kind of game. But yeah, when you add those abilities and those pickups to the fight, it changes it. And I've had so much fun with it. So much fun with this beta so far.
Yeah. Like very rarely do I wake up and kind of play a game before work. But
I've seen you log on a couple times. I'm like,
Halo has
7:45. What are you doing?
Play a couple rounds, man. I'm just
What's your level in the
battle pass?
Yeah,
I'm at 5 now.
You'd say that too.
Nice, man. Yeah, I like that they added in like XP or the kind of
50,
like you get XP per match.
Yeah,
which
that's what I like about 343 is like the game's been out. I mean, less than a week.
Yeah,
at this point,
5 days.
They've already updated it because they, like, the battle pass is fine as far as like cosmetics go, but it takes too long to like level up, and like some levels, like some games, like just won't really matter. So I'm glad that they've already implemented these like minor changes, and then they can kind of, update it.
Yeah, like. And I know that's like a big point of contention right now, but my biggest gripe is that you just can't play Slayer when you want. And I know that'll change on launch, but yeah. Also, Noodles, I'm interested to see, or I'm interested to know what game you like the most between Vanguard 2042 and Halo, because those are all, I guess those are the three big multiplayer games, and I feel like Halo Infinite kind of trumped everyone else.
Oh, of course.
By shadow dropping.
Vanguard is already like, I think at least by European sales standards is down pretty significantly for a Call of Duty release, like its first week. And then Battlefield 2042, it hasn't really reviewed that well. Like it just, I played the beta. It didn't do it for me. Okay. I don't know, but yeah, and the fact that like, I think Battlefield is like kind of partnered more towards Xbox this go around, and the fact that they released Halo on Monday, it was like a big kind of like FU to them.
Face. And they're kind of still like, they're still marketing 2042 and like playing buddy with EA, but like, man, yeah, everyone's playing Infinite right now.
And I don't like, yeah, I don't know. And then like Call of Duty, like I don't want to get into it too much tonight because it's all about celebration, but just all the stuff that has come out about Bobby Kotick, especially. Like,
yeah, what a true piece of shit. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean it's all allegations, but I mean, come on,
it's true. Like it's. I mean, yeah, all the walkouts and the petition to. Yeah.
At this point, like I loved Hearthstone, but that being aside, like there's not much Blizzard games that I love, and to be honest, there's not that really many Activision games that I love either. Like I've dropped off Call of Duty. I don't think I've played a Call of Duty realistically since Black Ops 2. Oh no, Black Ops 4. I played a lot of 4. 4 was fun.
Black Ops 4.
That's when they had like the first Call of Duty like Battle Royale mode, whatever. But I played. Oh,
that was with. Okay, yeah. Man,
it was multiplayer only. They didn't have a campaign. Mm-hmm. It got cut. But I played a lot of that, and I specifically like the actual like traditional Call of Duty. I actually did like a lot. Yeah, Activision they did own Destiny 1 and 2. They had like that 10-year plan, and it wasn't working out, and Bungie cut off from them, which was probably the better move. Definitely the better move
for Bungie.
For Bungie, for sure.
Man, I'm so glad that Bungie got out.
Yeah. But at this point, like I don't think I ever want to play like an Activision game for a long time until they get the shit straight. Not that I'm like, I understand like studios, like the actual people that develop these games probably are pieces of shit, but I mean, but Bobby Kotick for a lot of time, people have known
he's terrible.
He's one of the richest like CEOs in the country, not just gaming, in the country of the United States. So, all the crazy stuff that's coming out is ridiculous.
And he took that pay cut in goodwill, but it was just a fraction, really, of what he is worth. And yeah, like I don't want to get into it, and I'm gonna hard cut it here, but they suck.
This might be the downfall of Activision.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it might be.
Anyways,
but it might be the uprising. Might be the uprising of 343.
Maybe
because the game is so good. Like if the worst problem that you have with your game is just the progression and you can't play Slayer when you want to, like that's not gameplay problems.
Yeah. Granted, it's still a beta, but the battle pass is bad. I do think it's genuinely kind of bad.
Yeah, but like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Like the game's amazing.
And it's free. It's free.
It's free. You could
pay for which we both paid for the premium battle pass, whatever.
Oh, did you pay for the premium battle pass or just the battle pass?
I mean the $10 one.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were.
Oh no, I didn't pay the $25 buckaroonies.
All right, I feel like Noodles wants to shit talk 2042.
I haven't played enough 2042 to shit talk it.
It looked really cool.
I just don't like Battlefield.
It feels heavy.
I feel like the maps are too big. I feel like you run to the objective you want to get to, and then you just die. It's just not fun to me.
That's kind of always been Battlefield, right?
Right, but also like I don't like battle royale games. That
But Battlefield's not battle royale.
It isn't, but like I don't like spending most of my time not killing somebody and then dying immediately.
This guy lives to kill over here.
That's why Halo has always been my favorite multiplayer franchise. Just because it's like small arena games. Like even like the Halo, like the Warzone, I didn't really care for that too much in Halo 5. It was like their
oh really, yeah, the big I didn't kind of like the
but yeah, Halo Infinite is can't wait for the campaign. I'm super hyped.
I'm stoked, man.
Yeah, super hyped. Hopefully it plays into the game of the year. I want it to.
Ooh.
I want it to. Game of the year is gonna be tough this year. It's a lot of games.
I like my list this year better than I did last year. I'm more confident about it.
Yes,
I think there were a lot of better games this year than there were last year.
Yeah, I've got my list so far. I'll shout out the medium. Right.
Shout out to the medium.
It was a good game. Not top 10, but it was a good game.
No, but it was good. The narrative was good.
Yeah.
Noodles, you said 2042 is like the cyberpunk of FPS games right now. Yeah, if that means it's really good, then yeah,
Bug free. Bug free. But that being said, yeah, Halo Infinite's great.
It is.
3 of 30's already came out and corrected some issues,
progression issues
for like right now, like just very quick stuff. So every match you complete, you get 50 XP towards the battle pass, which I think you need 1,000 per level or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And before they even shadow dropped the game, they were saying that they were rethinking
did they? Okay.
Progression. They said like, hey, like we've heard from the beta that like people don't like that there's just a battle pass for progression, and we're gonna like rethink that and make an update at a later date, not exactly at launch, but
go up.
I mean, yeah, like even if I'm not like earning like any new weapons or anything, which has never been a Halo thing, by the way, but if I'm just earning like new skins or whatever, like I just like to see the numbers go up. I see going from level 20 to 21.
I think the time to kill for Halo Infinite is different than Battlefield and Call of Duty. Yeah, it's just a different game. Like respectfully, like
grenade spans, like just get out of the way of grenades. Like when you start a game, you know there's going to be grenades spamming. You just got to avoid it. I mean, I don't know. After 15 years of playing Halo games, I can't be mad at grenades anymore.
No,
it's a part of the game.
Yeah, it cuts like one grenade's not going to kill you.
A two
definitely will.
Yeah,
but grenade. But I feel like most of my fights are right now because it's the only option is the battle rifle, right? It's just that's what you're using.
Yeah.
So most of my fights are based off of distance than more melee, but I'm sure that'll change. But it's a different game. Like I think it's funny that like Call of Duty players are bitching about Halo. I'm like, well, I mean, don't bitch about it. It's a different game.
It's a different game,
and Halo's been out for forever. But
the time to kill hasn't changed from one Halo to another. It's just more fine tuned.
Yeah,
and then totally unreliable said people will still buy COD and Battlefield. Yeah, I mean, I think people are buying COD less. I mean, that's evident now, and I don't know how many people are buying Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, but the fact that Halo came out and it's stealth release and it's free to play, that's kind of, I don't know.
The grenade that does not kill you will make you stronger. That is, man, put that up on a wall. Put that on a poster. I love that.
Nick, we have also been playing some Forza.
We have, yeah. I guess we didn't really get time to talk about this last week because I'd only played an hour. You had played 0 minutes of it.
I played a ton now. I like I mentioned previously, my favorite racing game of all time, and I haven't even gotten anywhere done to completing it. It's just fun. Horizon 5 is so much fun.
How much do you like drifting?
In the right circumstances is fun, but like for most races, you don't really need to do it.
You mean like the A drift or the L drift? Like the handbrake drift?
I don't use it that much. It's just
I don't
not
use
needed.
it either. I just use the brakes and kind of do like a mini drift.
If you because it'll tell you like the little arrow, whatever. It'll tell you like when it's red, it's like, okay, brake hard here, and then move on. Or if you brake immediately, your speed is good to go to make it around the corner. So like it's the regular drifting I just don't really use unless I'm like trying to rack up points.
How heavily are you using the rewind feature?
Very, very little.
Oh, really? I'm like, if I botch a turn, I'll use it.
If I botch it, like, I mean, races are so quick. Like maybe once per race.
So you're better than I am then, because I use it probably 3 to 4 times.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
No, I mean, maybe once. But I'm also like, there's been a couple of races where I went like third or fourth. Some are second. Most are first. I mean, to be honest, not
because you're the best. Yeah.
Not because I'm good. Like I suck at racing games for sure. But
Alicia will get mad at me when I rewind. She's like, "What are you doing?" Because like
I can tell Alicia getting mad too.
But she doesn't like Forza because there's not a story really. But like she'll like slightly get into it when I'm in the middle of a race.
You didn't like getting the Volkswagen and there's no story.
There was one specific car that we got that was like 150 CP car that went like 60 miles an hour, and she drove for a little bit on it. She was like, "This is too much."
It's too much.
she like
great intro though. Great intro.
Yeah, great intros. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's a great game. I mean, Good.
No, Harry P, you go ahead. I want to hear you.
I was just saying it's like the best like Xbox launch of all time, right?
1 million.
Yeah.
So, best launch.
It's free, so Game Pass at least.
If you don't have Game Pass, man, freaking get Game Pass.
I really feel like Xbox is like right now. It feels so good to own an Xbox right now.
On the up and up, man.
It feels so good.
Like they didn't have anything at the beginning of the year. They literally had the medium, and that's also on PlayStation now.
Yeah.
And then it comes to fall, they have Psychonauts 2, which is on PlayStation, and then Death's Door, which is now on PlayStation. But Forza and Halo, like they're just killing it.
We still need to play Back 4 Blood, Nick.
Yeah, we need to play Back 4 Blood. I played like a level of it just by myself. And I was like,
I've not played it once since it came out.
I don't want to play it without anyone else. Yeah. Game Pass better than Battle Pass. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we should stream that like on Monday or something. Since we're not playing
full Back 4 Blood.
Yeah, since we're not.
Or we should just stream Halo Infinite or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
A little stream sesh. It'd be fun.
Man. Yeah, it's a good time to be a Xbox fan right now.
Yeah. And you've been playing some SMT5?
Oof, I don't know if I'm in the headspace to talk about SMT5, but
we can wait until next week if you want more time with it.
It's really fun. It's a JRPG. It's kind of like Pokemon, where you're like,
go on.
You're talking. You can go into a battle with these demons, and like demons are kind of like the Pokemon of the world. I'm just trying to relate it to something so I can explain it better.
Okay.
But you're fighting these demons, but you can talk to them, and if you say the right things to them, you can recruit them to your side, and then you can level them up, and then you can start to fuse demons together. And if you fight a demon and you already have that demon on your side, you can just talk to it again, and you don't have to fight that demon anymore. I'm only like 3 hours in, which is like 1/90th of the way through SMT5, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying what's going on in the world of Kellen. Yeah, I'm at the point where I've got and those who've played SMT5 will know, but I'm at the point where like I've got these guys on my team and I can't remember their names, but they got like little peepees and they got the big bellies and they're hungry all of the time. And that's like really early in the game, but I've only like recruited like 5 or 6 demons on my team. Preta. Yeah. Preta. Yeah. Those are the guys with the big bellies.
Isn't technically Persona like a spinoff of SMT?
You're correct. Yeah. Persona is a spinoff. And that is sorry, I'm just listening to Kellen call your name. Oh yeah, Melanie, that side quest. I'm currently pursuing the side quest where I have to find the other Preta that was searching for food. And I haven't found that Preta yet, but I've killed like 2 of they're not area bosses, but they're like the boss, like the kind of like things that keep you from going forwards in the game. So I'm super new to the franchise. Like I've never played another SMT game before. But yeah, long story short, SMT to me feels like what I like want a Pokemon game to be, where capturing an enemy is engaging and leveling them up and fusing them is rewarding. And you're unlocking these like new abilities and all this stuff. And yeah, it's a great game. I don't want to talk about it too much because I think I'm not too far in the game. And
right.
Like, I'm also a noob to SMT, but yeah, I'd fully recommend it. I think it's a cool game. You're like, I don't care about this.
No, I mean, I know literally nothing about it. I don't think I've ever seen like a video other than like the direct, whatever.
You didn't watch the 20 trailers they put out before the game came out?
I didn't.
Damn. Sad. Have you been playing anything else besides Forza and Halo?
That's been it for me.
All Xbox this week?
Other than Hollow Knight.
Yeah, Noodles, that sounds about right. Yeah, you give them like all of your health and all of your MP and all of your money, and then they join you. And then you're like, damn, I hope I don't die and lose all my progress. And then have to refer back to my save. Yeah, there are no auto saves in SMT. So yeah, it hasn't been a problem yet, but
you could potentially lose a lot of time.
Yeah, you could probably lose hours of progress if you haven't saved. But from my experience so far, there have been save points pretty generously. And enemies are in the overworld, it's not random. So you can just like run around an enemy if you want for the most part. Yeah. But if you haven't played anything else, that's gonna wrap it up for what we've been playing.
That's it. And then like news was just Halo, really. Just the battle pass stuff we talked about, and then briefly Mario Kart Live. They got an update to it as well. They added some more characters to it. So like, I can't remember exactly which characters they added, but just on screen, there's no new cards or anything. They also added 2 players per Switch now. So if you buy a second cart, you can play them both on the same. I did not.
Damn.
I thought about getting the Luigi one for Kellen because it's $60 now, I think, whatever. So I might pick it up for him. It's been fun. But yeah, not much news happened this week. Especially with the Game Awards coming out, in a few weeks. But Nick, you want to do our last giveaway?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do our last giveaway here. Let me find the actual 3 words or less. Okay, yeah. So I think everyone here knows the rules by now, but I'm going to give out 3 words. Also, thank you everybody for sticking around. I mean, we've been going on for about 3 hours now. Yeah, 20 years of Xbox.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's been so fun.
This has been a great stream. So thank you everybody for sticking around this long. We're going to do our 3rd and final giveaway, and then is that it?
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah.
So we'll do our 3rd and final giveaway. 3 words or less. So we're going to give out 3 words. You just guess the game as quick as you can. And if you guess first, you'll win a $20 gift card of your choice to either Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox.
Yeah, Noodles, you missed the second one. So participate in this one.
Yeah, you got to be there. If you know it, because you said you knew it on the first one. But yeah, here we go. If everyone's ready, we're going to get started. I'm going to say first word, second word, third word. You just chime in whenever you think you know the answer. Yeah, you knew the first one. All right, I'm going to start it off. All right, word number 1. Castle, word number 2. Jump, that's Jump. Jump, Sally jumped to the store. So first word, castle. Second word, jump. Third word, star. I am a star, STAR. That is castle, jump, star. I feel like I was too vague. Oh, what do you think, Harrison? Was I too vague?
Maybe.
I feel like that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah. Noodles. Hey, congratulations. We were initially going I'm going to put the blame all on myself because I was initially going for Super Mario 64, but I realized that I did not give any words that were unique to a 3D Mario game because all of them have a castle
jumping at stars.
They all have jumping at stars. So, Noodles, great job on guessing that. You're amazing. Hey, Noodles, what kind of $20 gift card would you want? They really did. The easiest one turned into the hardest one. Do another one. Harrison, can you think of another one? Just for fun? I might have one.
Okay.
All right. First word, and this is just for fun, not for a giveaway. First word, climbing. Second word, death. And third word, treasure.
Uncharted.
Harrison, you can't guess.
Was that it, though?
That was it. It was technically Uncharted 4, but yeah, whatever.
Brother.
All right, Noodles. Which
Yeah, Noodles, you want? What you want, buddy?
Noodles is like, I've never played a video game in my life. I don't even know what.
Nintendo. Okay.
Nintendo question mark.
That's very interesting.
That makes it easy. All right, switch $20. Okay. Yeah. Noodles, you have won a $20 Nintendo gift card. Feel free to use that on Hollow Knight or Ori and the Blind Forest or Celeste. I mean, we could keep going, but yeah.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around as long as you have. I mean,
sir.
Yeah. You've been watching us forever, so thank you.
But yeah, that is going to wrap up the show. I kind of expected it to be this long, but it has been so. Nick, what was the second giveaway? What was the winner of that, or what was the game?
The game, or the 3 words were. I won't give the answer, but the 3 words were propeller, specter, and polar. And the prize was the same. It was the $20 gift card.
Yeah, that is going to wrap up the show this week. Housekeeping, we're not going to do a show on Monday just because, it's Friday. And then Thanksgiving. So we will pick up next Monday, the following Monday after Thanksgiving. We'll obviously, we'll be together. So, it'll probably be a relatively quicker show that next Monday. Mm-hmm. We probably won't be playing that much between then and now. But either way, we'll do a show. We'll do our Black Friday kind of shopping experience.
Our Black Friday breakdown.
Black Friday breakdown. The BFB, baby. But we'll pick up regular schedule starting the following Monday, and be back to the regular time frame. And then, of course, we're going to be doing our live stream of the Game Awards. Have we decided if we're going to do like bingo or something? I mean, that could be potentially fun. I don't know.
Yeah, we always try, but like
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do like our predictions, like the podcast prior, and then go into it. We'll have some drinks or whatever on that Thursday. Have some fun with it.
Maybe we'll start like an hour early.
Yeah, and then do predictions.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I hope this year. Game Awards is always fun. It's always a good time. So we'll do that.
Last year was a blast.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have fun with that. But that being said, of course we do appreciate you guys tuning in live on Twitch as we gave away these gift cards. And if you love the podcast, the podcast, share it with your friends, or leave a review, or just listen every week. We greatly appreciate it. It's our 100th episode. We are super excited. It's been an absolute blast to do this.
Oh man,
it's been crazy.
This is nice. Thank you, Noodles, for appreciating our games lists. I knew you would as a Soulsborne fan, and I feel like you have very similar tastes to us as well.
Yeah.
But seriously, we just appreciate everyone watching throughout this, and just watching us talk about our top 25 games of all time. I mean, it's such a stupid thing to talk about in the grand scheme of things, but
yeah, so many games. Like
we hope everyone had fun.
I initially started with like 180 games, and obviously, like some games were no chance of making it, but I just wanted to like mention them, for myself. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast. But
actually, any special shout outs to games that didn't get mentioned?
I will specifically say, it
got the list.
Strictly mobile games. Hearthstone, which is on PC. Hearthstone, I love that game. I know we talked shit about Activision Blizzard earlier, but I do like that game. I do love card games. Pokemon Go was a zeitgeist back in the day, and I haven't played it in a long time, but it was a great game back in the day. I did want to mention Wii Sports. Wii Sports is so fun. The Walking Dead, the Telltale game, the 5-part like episodic series was so good. It was fantastic. And also I do want to mention Hitman Go. I don't know if anybody's ever played that on the phone. It was a really great mobile game, but I just want to mention that as well. Nice. Anything for you, Nick?
I want to mention Aggressive Inline. That was the rollerblading game back on the GameCube. And SSX Tricky, obviously. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. And I think that's it. Any of the Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Underground was on my list for a little bit until I kicked it off. But yeah, doing the infinite jump in Tony Hawk Underground to get on top of all the buildings was pretty cool.
That's fun.
I remember that. Yeah, a lot of there are so many fantastic games that obviously we didn't put on our lists that just aren't as special to us, but are just as special to anyone else.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of these lists.
Again, it's subjective. It may be different next week. So who knows?
Yeah, tomorrow my number one is going to be either Metroid Dread or Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, that's going to do the show, guys. Follow us on Twitter, Gaming WT Bros, Twitch, Gaming with the Broscast. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Boom, boom. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.